I have no fake news. Hello, friend. Are you there?
What's up, man? Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you coming here again. Uh,
Absolutely,
Guys,
man. That's fun.
tonight we're going to be talking about the immigration crisis in America. And, again, I want to welcome a very special guest here, No Fake News Network here. Please make sure to give him a follow, tap this live so that we can get more people involved in the conversation. And that being said, what do you think? Let's get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get started. Okay, so you know, I've had a couple of lives already. We had a lot of people from some guests claim to have worked with intelligence, some federal employees, and others. We had also some nonprofit as well, and we had discussions when it comes to concern about terrorism. We had discussions when it comes to uh, between the government tending service to migrants and then put it in comparison to how they're treating the veterans
Hmm.
and a lot of deep and tough conversations, if you will. What is your take about the current situation at the border right now, the southern border specifically? Because let's face it, that's where we're having the massive influx. Just want to clarify because you're going to have the liberals saying, "What about the Canadian border?"
Right.
I'm not saying that nothing's going on there, but it's not as massive as what's happening right now over there. So, what's your take overall? I just wanted to get your take in general.
Well, I think that the country is being overran. I hope people always get mad when you say the word that we're being overrun or an invasion or what have you. Whenever you have multiple people coming that are going through non-ports of entries, that's an invasion. I don't care how you say it. When we invaded Normandy, that's exactly what we did. Nobody got offended by that. The problem is this. We have people who are coming through the southern border that we have no idea who they are. But the people that we really, really need to be concerned about are the people who are coming from the northern border, because those are the people who can come in. And you know, pardon me, the dog just hasn't seen me all day, so now it's daddy playtime.
Oh, it's okay. Tell them we
So
said hello.
yeah, so the northern border is the main concern because the people who are getting in here through that area
Sorry, you said
are
northern or southern?
northern. Southern
Northern,
border, we're being ran through by people who are coming through from like Venezuela and all that.
right?
But the northern border, the places where people are coming because we're not paying much attention to them, and the attention is focused down south. So the people who are going to be doing some form of harm to us are coming from the northern border. Now, if I'm correct, they said that they've stopped on an average about 400 people who were technically on the terrorist watch list coming from the northern border. Now, from the southern border, we've stopped and turned around 20,000 Chinese people who they didn't do full backgrounds on them. They weren't catch and release. They were catch and turnarounds. So
So, are you more concerned about the northern then at this point?
no, I'm concerned about both actually,
Okay.
because we're getting bad players who are coming from both sides. But the main focus is from the southern border because everybody keeps saying, "Oh well, that's where we're being invaded the most." But Vivek Ramaswamy actually went up north and showed a pathway that people are just coming in unchecked.
That's interesting. Definitely wanted to look into that. But clearly, what we've seen, obviously, and not just by the way, I'm not just repeating and echoing what the mainstream media is showing, right? Because let's face it, Even most of the mainstream media are showing the mother with kids. They're not really
Right.
showing the single men, right, and the military aged men, right. But uh, there was a report, and I posted it on my page where around 1.5 million individuals crossed the southern border undetected,
Yes.
and they were yeah. So that's a big number.
It's a massive number.
That means they just walked through, and there's no court date, there's no fingerprinting. They just went through because they couldn't get to them. So
Right.
yeah, you're right. There was some, like you mentioned, that the Chinese individuals that were returned and were caught, and there are several, but there's 1.5 million in the U.S. that we don't know who they are.
And that's
House.
the really sad part about that is that um, when people worry about national security, and let's say, for example, and this is a very, very low number. Let's say there's 500 to 1,000 bad actors in the United States that have bad intent to do to us. We don't know who these people are. So if you just have that small amount, and let's say they team up, and you have two of them in each location and in 500 different locations, they systematically start setting off some form of terror. What do we do then?
Thank you, Freedom. Look, yeah, what do we do then?
What's
I
up,
think
Nola?
I had a guest, I can't remember, a couple of days ago. She said, well, she was pro immigration through any port, doesn't matter. And she
That's
said,
ridiculous.
well, we'll deal with it once we get there. And it's like, really? Do you really want to go through another 9/11? How sad is that? And the fact that there's some that still don't see the danger in it. Anyway, that being said, I want to welcome G here to the panel. G, go ahead if you want to share your statement or ask your question to, again, guys, our very special guest. No fake news is here, and I want to thank him again for being here. So go ahead, G.
Yeah, weren't the culprits of 9/11? Weren't they here legally? They were in.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So they didn't sneak in or they didn't come in through the border or anything.
Yeah, so right.
They
Remember
flew.
that when they come, yeah, they flew, right? And yes, they come legally, and there was a lack of security. That's why now we have a lot of security right at the airport.
No,
So
they
when I made the comparison, hold on, because you asked the question. When I made the comparison, it's not through because of the border or the plane. No, the
So,
comparison is the lack of security. That's the comparison. We had a lack of security then, and we have via the planes, and now we have a lack of security via the southern border, and even No Fake just mentioned also the Canadian border as well. But go ahead.
they were here taking classes, flying.
what, can you get to your point? I mean,
No, I was
you're
just
making statements. Are you asking a question or a statement?
no, I was just. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask a question about
Okay.
when you said there was how many um people that snuck into the country. I was wondering, how do you know the number amount if they snuck in and nobody knows who they are or where they're at?
I
You're talking about the
actually
number that
told
I brought
you.
up, or the number
Yeah.
that No Fake?
How are you able to count someone that's? I'm pretty sure they don't say,
Is
well,
that
yeah,
question for No Fake or for me?
for just for you.
For me,
It
okay.
doesn't matter.
So I mentioned it was reported around 1.5 million. It was an estimate they saw via certain cameras and stuff that they counted an estimate because they couldn't get to them. So it's not an exact number. And I can look for the article for you if you want.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, how do they count? You said the cameras, so now I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So either, yeah. So they have, they obviously they have a lot of some form of other systems and some form of technology there as well, but they just couldn't get to them physically. If that answers your question, go ahead, Nofik. Do you want to respond to that too?
Oh no, I thought he was asking. I thought he was asking me about the number, and I was just going to respond to him and tell him that I never said anything about the people who they didn't catch because you can't give a number of people you haven't caught. What I did tell you is about the people that they actually caught and turned around.
Copy. IG, does that answer your question, or do you have a follow up?
Yeah, one more, one more. How do you know the count that are living here? That I'm saying, have they been counted?
No,
With the census or whatever?
no,
Okay.
no. I never said anything about the
No,
amount of
I was
people who are
asking,
actually living.
have they been counted? I'm saying the
No,
people that are here that nobody knows is here. How have they been counted? That's what
well,
I
you
know.
can't count people you don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
You know what I mean? Sorry about that. That was my
Thank you,
phone.
G. It's okay. Uh, that's okay. I want to welcome Freedom here to the panel. Go ahead. You can ask your question or share your statement.
Right on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. What's up?
Cool, because it just switched audio on me. Yeah, you know, people talk about all the different problems with the immigration that's going on, and to your point earlier, like we don't really have a count of how many people have made it across, but I can tell you from personal testimony what we're going through right now. My stepdaughter became pregnant by rape by a Guatemalan that she was dating, and these are there's little to no resources to even assist in this situation right now because the we even spoke with an FBI agent and they're like, well, if it's not linked to direct cartel or trafficking or whatever, their hands are tied because they're basically told not to even look at anything. So there's a lot more layers that are going on, and being so close to the situation and just learning more research that I'm not against people immigrating, seeking asylum, trying to better themselves, do it the right way. I think we need more resources to help on that in general, but I also believe that there's this kind of mentality of you know come here and laws don't apply to us, or there's no rules here, there's no regulation, because they know that they're not, that fear of being deported is there, but then they also know that it's probably not going to happen because a lot of the recourse to some of the other things we've been seeing. I know I'm kind of talking in circles a little bit because there's a lot here on my head, but it's like the mentality that I'm getting being close to the situation is, oh, well, we have an immigration attorney. It's fine. We don't have to worry about this. We don't have to worry about that. Or we don't have to worry about that. So there's kind of that lack of respect that's there too that I'm starting to witness firsthand. I was just curious if anybody else is kind of seeing that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so we are a border state. I'm not a border city, but we're starting to see the impact because even the buses where they were going to like Chicago, New York, and other places like that, they are starting to drop them off in Los Angeles as well. Giannis and Daddy, what's up, man? One of my guys is here.
Oh, cool. Freedom, I have a quick question for you. Colorado said in the comment section, Operation Condor, the CIA did shady things in Latin America, caused refugee to flee to the U.S. Do you think we deserve what we're getting?
I'm not going to say that the CIA, their hands are clean. If they were a little bit more transparent with what their operations were, then I think that we as a country would deserve it a little bit more. But whenever there's these black ops situations and these situations that are going on that we're not learning about, and the general American population doesn't have a clue what really is going on, because I mean, there's all kinds of stories, of course, that are swept under the rug. Um, I feel like I feel like that there's probably a reason why that more people are coming up this way, but I also, like, in the research that I've been doing for like seeking asylum, getting asylum, listening to all these different immigration attorneys and how they're coaching what to say, what not to say, I feel like a very high percentage of those that are coming in right now aren't even aren't even
Oh, you cut off there at the end. I think he was gonna say I'm not even looking for a proper asylum. Maybe I'm not sure, but you can unmute your mic, Freedom. I'm not sure what happened there. Something's going on with Freedom. No fake. So, what do you think about that? Because I had some guests that echoed that statement. Do you think we deserve what we're getting, or should South America also take responsibility for the corruption and their actions that they've done for decades?
I mean, we don't deserve what we're getting. Everybody, if you have a government, there's not one government on this planet that doesn't have some form of corruption. If you can find it, let's all move there so we can make sure that we live a good life. So when people
Amen.
start saying that, oh, go ahead, Freedom.
No, I just said amen.
Oh, so when you have a country that has done, you know, things, can't say exactly what they are because, I don't have that kind of clearance. And quite frankly, nobody inside this chat has that kind of clearance. But we know things have been done. Can you say, well, it's all your fault? No, because each country has to take some form of responsibility for what's going on in their country as well.
Yeah, I was going to echo that because I don't agree with this. Going back to history and like Freedom said, we're not our country's not all that clean, right? We have certain things that we can look in the past that we shouldn't be proud of, but that doesn't mean that we should be taking everything
Okay,
that's happening
I
right
have
now
an
as
issue with fake.
responsibility.
I have an issue with fake.
Hold on, Jay.
No,
Hold on,
fake.
Jay. I
I have
haven't
an issue with
finished.
fake.
Hold on, Jay.
Not
Hold on, Jay.
go
Let
ahead.
me finish my
Okay,
statement and
sorry.
then I'll introduce you. So, again, guys, I'm Venezuelan American. I mentioned this several times. And Venezuela is the way it is because the people chose that path. They chose a dictator as a leader, a communist as a leader. And so for us to echo his speeches were blaming America for everything. He had all the power in the world. He had all the money in the world and he destroyed Venezuela. So I don't fall into that sort of notion that it's America's fault. Again, that's my opinion from what I've seen as a Venezuelan American, and pretty much what I've seen my family, what they experienced over there. But that's just me. Anyway, that being said, I want to introduce Jay to the panel here. He wanted to say something, I believe, to No Fake. Go ahead.
So one of the things that I credit for my education, 100%, I went to college, Black Panthers. I can tell you this right now, no fake. Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers, the co-founder of Black Panthers. She teach me. It is such an honor in my life. Listen to that woman. If you- if she ever hear you speaking the way that you're speaking, she will be so ashamed. I
Why?
know, you know why, Uncle Tom? Why?
See, let
You
me
know
let
why?
me let me educate you on something.
No, and
I
let me
You've
tell
never
you
read the
something
book?
about this.
No,
Okay, hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay. If you're gonna come with insults, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna give you one more chance, but if you do that, I'm gonna kick you out. We're here to have civilized conversations, and we're here to even hear opposite points of views. That's okay, but we're not gonna insult each other. You can say that some people will be disappointed. That's fine. But to say things like Uncle Tom or Race Trader or stuff like that, I'm not going to allow that in this stream. So go ahead, No Fake. You can respond, and I'll let Jay respond after. I'll give you one more chance, but we're here to have an open conversation. We can disagree, but we're going to respect each other. Go ahead, No Fake.
well, it's funny when people say Uncle Tom because it just lets me know that they've never read the book Uncle Tom Cabin. Because if you actually did read the book Uncle Tom Cabin, you would know that Uncle Tom was the actual hero of the book. See, that's when you show that people are low IQ and low information. But you said that you met the co-founder. Who'd you meet? Stokely Carmichael or Huey P. Newton? Go ahead, Jed. I want to know which one you met because those are the founders.
Go ahead, Jay. You can unmute.
The professor is a black woman.
Okay, so it wasn't the co-founder because
Okay,
Stokely Carmichael and Huey P. Newton are the founders.
in the history book back
You look
then,
at this
there,
professor. You should know the professor's name, shouldn't you?
it was a couple years ago.
So you forget in
I
2
can
years.
I can I can I can research that, and you can see her. Actually, I will
This is what I'm
ask
saying.
you.
Why do you need to research something? You said you was taught by this person. Something was so impactful to you that you need to come to a live and tell us the story about this person who impacted your life, but you can't remember that person's name. What kind of impact did they have?
Can I counterpoint that?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So I'm neuro. I'm, I don't remember names. I'm bad at names, right?
Bad
But
information too.
no fake, absolutely not. I can tell you about cocaine, crack cocaine when I came over here, and
Why do you care
all
about
the
cocaine?
things. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is I don't remember names, but I can remember specific dates and
The
all
name
the
of
things people say,
cocaine
and I can remember the
money.
colors that you. Okay, so you can mock me, it's fine. You have that smirk.
You remember names.
That's
Talk about
exactly.
cocaine.
Okay, I saw the point. This woman is accredited in college,
Okay.
not only in the college that I took her, but only when I went to university. She is a teaching professor, tenured teaching
Awesome.
professor. I didn't ask your opinion. I don't. Please forego your commentary.
Well,
Nobody's asking you for.
you're going to ask me a question, but you're making a
I
statement. I
am.
want the
I
question.
am not asking you a question. I'm actually giving you a preface.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't care about.
So Jed, but what is your point? What is your main
But
point?
my
If you can
point is that.
clarify, please, because there's other people
But
waiting. What's your main point?
my main point is this. So the only reason that I am who I am is because I understood the truth by the co-founder woman, Black Panthers.
That you don't
They
know.
suffer. I didn't ask you that, dude. Go and search in San Francisco State
Okay,
University.
but what is your point? Okay, so you are who you are. Okay, and then
I
So
didn't
this woman
even.
again interrupted me. What are you afraid of the truth, man? I don't understand it.
The person you're talking about is Elaine Brown. You're telling me about somebody, and I could have told you who it was.
I don't know names. I told you. I cannot remember
So,
names.
so you became who you are because of Elaine Brown. Tell us. I mean, I don't see where this is going. What's your point?
So my point is that she actually came and she taught not only me, but thousands and thousands of students about the atrocities that were committed by CIA and white supremacists. I don't understand why are you defending white supremacists. I'm
When did I say?
flabbergasted
Hold on. See, now you're lying. When did I say anything about defending white supremacists?
because you're saying that Mexicans
No,
shouldn't come in this country. This
when
country,
when
it
did
is. This
Jeff
country,
can't make
what?
a statement?
Oh my God, Jesus
No,
I
Christ!
didn't hear him say
This
that. I really didn't hear him say that at all. I don't know where you're
did
getting
I
that
say
from.
I support white supremacy?
You are supporting 100% border security.
Yeah,
This country,
absolutely,
California, Texas, Utah, New
absolutely.
Mexico. Okay,
Do you live in the
Utah,
United
Mexico.
States?
Oh my God, Utah, Mexico,
Do you live in the
California.
United States?
All of this
Do you live in
land
the United
belongs to Mexico. And as Mexicans, we can decide who can
States?
come in.
No, it
You
doesn't.
don't have a
It
right.
belongs to the United
You
States.
don't have a right.
You lost the war.
Jed,
No,
You
it
lost the war,
wasn't.
Jed.
hold on one second,
2023.
Jed.
That's why we.
Hold on one second, Jed. We cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the past. No, you're living in the past, my friend.
We're taking over the country. Mexicans, Latinos, we're taking over the country.
So is that what you're
And
saying? So you're actually
yeah,
admitting an invasion is
yeah,
happening?
yeah, it's happening because this is our
Okay,
country.
so hold on a second. So you're admitting there's an invasion happening and
Mm.
you're okay with
And
that.
I work for the country. I work for the government. Yeah, absolutely. I'm
For
100%
which government?
California.
So
I'm
you for the US
100%
government,
state government.
state government. Okay. So you're stating
Yeah, I'm
there's an invasion
100%.
happening and
You
you're
have no
okay with
idea
that.
how many lawyers, Mexican American lawyers, are in the government right now, and we're gonna take over back La land, and
Hey,
we're
Jed,
gonna kick the Yankees.
can I tell you something really quick?
I don't
I
care.
don't care. I
I
really
don't
don't.
care. I don't care, Pig. Pig. You're okay with your people being massacred by CIA bringing crack and cocaine? What the f?
Are you
What
okay with
if
people being massacred with heroin?
you? That's what the government did.
Okay, but you
Ronald Reagan did.
oh,
What?
you're of it. Wait, this is the hypocrisy. You work for the government that you're complaining about.
Yeah.
That you're a hypocrite.
How?
Because
I'm working inside because I don't want to be killed.
the
What?
downfall.
Oh my God, dude! I'm absolutely trying to defend for my
Oh,
life and the
oh, you're
people
a
that is
hypocrite.
in my country.
You're a hypocrite.
You
You
know
know
how
what a
many people
hypocrite
are
is?
immigrating to Mexico
Do
so
you know
they can get free
what
health care because they're escaping the
do
United
you know
States?
what a
And black
hypocrite
people,
is?
they're
Yeah, do you
being
know what a
welcome.
hypocrite is? Do you know what a hypocrite
Okay, Jed, hold on a second because I mean, the things you're saying are not making any sense whatsoever. So Jed is stating here that there's first of all he criticized No Fake for being pro supporting border security, but then he said that there's an invasion happening. So then he does admit that the border security we have right now it's not sufficient
Right.
to prevent the invasion. But not only that, he doubled down and said that he's pro the invasion and that according to him, Mexicans will take over the U.S. to reclaim
I want
supposedly
open
their
borders.
land.
I'm not advocating for border closures. I'm advocating for natives to live in their own lands.
Right.
None of the white
But you
people,
just said,
none of the
hold
white
on,
people.
because it wasn't live and it was recorded. You said that there's an invasion happening and you were okay with it. I asked you and you said
No,
yes. So now you're
yeah,
saying that you're against,
absolutely.
you're not for it.
When did I say that? I want native. We are natives. Why Americans? I mean, Europeans. They are not natives. I want natives to live in their own land, and
Okay.
that's what is happening. Natives.
Okay,
We
Jed,
need
okay.
natives.
I let you speak. Hold on one second. I want to give the word to Big. Go ahead. He just
Hey,
joined.
thank you for having me, Alex. Vega Alex, is that how you say it? Thank
Vega
you for having
Axis.
me. I come in
Thank
to
you.
holler at my brother No Fake. He know I ain't breaking shit politically to the game,
I'm
but I
not.
just want you to know if you coming up in here, you better be the real because No Fake ain't bullshit. He know his shit. So you better have it together when you come in here. But Alex, I've been checking you for this 2 nights in a row. You have an excellent demeanor. If you and Snowflake would run, no fake would run, that'll definitely get my vote, brother. Definitely.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that.
Now,
Everyone, can you please?
yeah,
Everyone, can you please mute your mic so Big can finish his statement? Thank you. Go ahead,
yeah,
Big.
and I
You can
just want to
finish. Go
say,
ahead.
no fake
Be the
know
Vega
who.
no fake ticket.
Yeah, he know who. No fake know who I'm gonna vote for. But you guys, I love y'all, man. Keep it up. Y'all some real soldiers.
That's right.
Have a good night.
Thank you,
And let me
Big.
get back to the Hawks in Philadelphia playing
I
right now.
really
We'll
appreciate.
holler.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I want to go ahead and give the word to San. Go ahead. Welcome to the panel.
Oh yeah, what's up, man? Hey yo, man, like this whole immigrant crisis and everything, I'm just gonna state on something. I live in New York City. So I mean, so like I'm in the belly of the beast of the whole thing. My deal about this whole immigration crisis is this. I'm listening to what the guy was saying about the Black Panthers and you know what I'm saying, Uncle Tom, you know what I'm saying, everything like that. Like I get what he was saying in the perspective and everything, but like he had his information all wrong. Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale founded the Black Panthers in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? That was to protect the black community against corrupt police. However, it is true what he said. The CIA, led by Edgar J. Hoover, did put those substances into the black community, which destroyed the Panthers and everything. So some of the things he was saying, he was on point, but he just didn't have everything put into perspectives together. And my way just about this. How do I feel about what's going on at the southern border? I do think they need to close the border because at this point right now, living in New York City is suffering behind the crisis. Also, it's been rumored that NYPD officers is talking about quitting and everything, which would be a bad idea. I'm just like this. I just think the border needs to be closed for right now.
Yeah, because there are budget cuts in New York right now
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're saying like right about now,
So
they're
San,
cutting.
so
Oh,
So,
Go ahead. Go
so
ahead.
San, you are pro border security? You support border security?
I'm like this and everything. You see, I'm like this. They should close the border. Listen, they should close the border, and I think they do need more security around the border. I do
Okay, so
believe they
you
should.
support that, but according to Jad, if you support that, that's a triple K mentality. Do you agree with that?
You know something? He was saying a lot of things about history, and I'm not gonna go off into a history lesson, which we can go about it. You know, like some people feel that maybe America's getting what it deserves because the chickens come home to roost. That's not me saying that's how some people feel. My way about it and everything. That's not a wrong or right way to do things. The right thing to do is if you're gonna enter a country, do it the right way.
Okay,
But
Sam.
So Sam, what borough are you in?
in Bronx.
The Bronx? By
hmm
Fordham Road?
So what?
By Fordham?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
But however, brother, listen to me real good
Hmm.
because I'm about to ruffle a lot of our brothers' feathers. A lot of these military age men who's coming here in the country. I'm not saying they're so-called agents or whatever, but
Well,
I
you can.
guarantee, but I guarantee you, if these men get themselves together and everything, within
Hypocrisy.
five
Okay.
years, listen, within
Hypocrisy.
5 years,
Hypocrisy. Okay.
within within 5 years, they will have surpassed a lot of our brothers. And these men, and you see it every day. You see guys who come from from Central America, you know what I'm saying, come here with nothing, and they
Xenophobic.
surpass our
Got it.
brothers
Jed,
here.
please mute your mic, or I'm gonna have to kick you out because he's speaking. We let you speak. Go ahead, San. Finalize so I can move on.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're saying, they'll be saying XYZ while we can't succeed in this country. I mean, so I just want to pinpoint that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I think the border needs to be closed. I think we need tighter security. And like New York City, I'm saying to myself, I believe everyone should be welcome, but man, we don't need no more people, man. Our city is suffering.
Do you
Our
think,
city is really
San?
suffering.
San, do you think that Biden could do that in the next 4 years?
To be totally, completely honest, I'm not saying like this. I love the color red, but I'm always in the blue spectrum of things. Right about now, I don't know. I don't know. Do I want Biden back in that White House? If I can get another candidate and on the blue side, but could I vote for another 80-year-old man that, I mean, basically it kind of reminds me of some of the Alzheimer's patients who I take care of? I don't think so. So, I mean, Biden kind of scares me right now
So
from the
you,
mental
so you will
standpoint.
go Trump 2024 or no?
You know something? I'm like this and everything. Uh, in order for me to vote out Trump, I'm like this. I agree with some things Trump say, then I disagree with other things Trump says. I'm like this, like right about now is this. No candidate really has done nothing really for our community. So on the red side or blue side of politics, Democrats have done nothing but lie to our people all the time. Have done nothing. And like so like this, what would be the same, what would be me going on that side when something happened to one of my people? Because I'm the father of two young African American sons. If something happened to one of my sons, God forbid, you'll be people on that side. They were, they were this, they were that. Well, my sons are just, you know what I'm saying. So like, it's kind of hard to, I mean, but however and everything, I do kind of see what Republicans say on the perspective. Myself, I don't know if I would. I mean, like this. Other
So
person
you
like
want, okay, Sam, the reason why I'm asking is because you want border security. You're saying that you don't think Biden's going to do it, but you're still hesitant to vote for Trump. So that's interesting, or
and
supporting Trump.
you're saying Trump has. I mean, Trump has caused so much division. What I've seen in the country and everything, he caused so much division.
Okay, Sam, thank you. I let you speak. I want to, guys, please
Sam,
tap the
can I
live.
just
Thank you
say
for,
something?
hold on,
Can I
hold on,
just say
Jet.
something?
Hold on, Jet. Hold on, Jet. Thank you guys for joining. Please tap the live. I want to, again, special thanks to our guest for tonight. It's No Fake Network, No Fake News Network. And I want to give him the word because No fake. What do you think about what San just said? And then I'll move on to Queen, and then Trump username Trump N, and then I'll give the word to Jed afterwards. Go ahead, no fake. What do you want to say?
And I found it a little amazing that you said that neither.
Everyone, please mute your mic so we can hear no fake. There's some feedback going on. Thank you.
I found it a little amazing that you said that no president has done anything for the community. When I could tell you just simply the things that Trump has done for the black community. I'll focus on that because you said our people. So just a couple of small things that he did. Kodak Black was in jail. He got him out. Lamar Ball, when he was in China, he got him out of jail from there. The First Step Act, which reversed a little bit of what Joe Biden did for the 1994 crime bill, Trump put that into place. He also put the Second Step Act, which allowed those people who were released from jail to not have those felonies used against them when they're going for either employment or going for housing. He also gave more money to historical black colleges and universities than any president ever did, and he did it so that they don't have to come back for the next 10 years. He did opportunity zoning, which allowed people to invest into black communities to help build those places up. Those are just some small things that he did. He also kept the border secure. And the reason why keeping the border secure is very important, I'm not even worried about the terrorism aspect. The people who get affected the most by people coming in who are undocumented but very skilled are the black community. So when you say that thing, it kind of makes me like, did you do any research on this? And I understand that you're saying that, oh, well, I don't want to vote for this person or that person, but vote with your pocket. I can guarantee you'll say yes to this question. You had a lot more money in your bank account when you was under Trump, right?
I had to unmute my mic. You said that I
Go
have more
ahead,
money.
Sam.
You said I had more money in my pocket under Trump, correct?
Yes.
Uh, I would have to tell you, in this Biden era and the Trump era was very dark financially. In this Biden era, I'm eating good, so that's just me.
Okay. I mean, I can't, it's your life. I can't say that. I just don't understand how, if you're paying a dollar,
Oh, but hold on, but hold on, brother,
you're paying
but brother,
275.
hold on, brother, hold on. But you said something else too about that crime bill, and I love them, but I love them. Black men bring that up. That crime bill, I stand behind that crime bill because they were destroying the community. They were destroying the community. Yes, I'm for the crime bill. I was for that crime bill. You know what I'm saying? They cleared the street of all these drug dealers, gang members, and stuff like that. Yes. Yeah. So yes, I was down for that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Do you
So,
know how many?
Prince,
But anyway, I'm gonna mute my mic.
I
Okay, San.
apologize.
Thank,
So
thank you, thank you, San.
I,
Hold on, hold on. Okay, thank you,
my
San.
job is to investigate things, and I want to take notes so I can respond to no fake. So can you come again to? Can you speak up again about the? This is what I do for a living, right? I investigate things and I go and talk to people. This is what I do.
okay.
So no fake. Can you can you go again on the Trump's successes, victories, whatever you call them?
Okay, hold on. I don't want to get into that because no fake gave us a lot of information. I want to first give the word. Hold that question, Jed. We'll come back to that. I want to give the word to Queen real quick. Queen, you can share your statement or ask your question briefly, please. Thanks.
Well, I came in something fun here, but I am for secure the borders. I am for closing the borders. I am to hire more people to work
I
around the
detect
borders. I
Spanish.
think it's going
Jed,
to
I'm gonna
be.
kick you out if you continue interrupting other guests. I'm keeping you. You have a difference of opinion, but I'm keeping you as long as you be respectful to other guests. Go ahead, Queen.
I think that is needed. It's not just because all these people are coming in. I do not know what they're bringing, where they're from, what is going on with their backgrounds. I don't feel secured with that. I think it's not nice. And I was speaking with I go on Twitter and I do spaces, and just by talking and just having my own thoughts in my head, There's a lot of people from the Asian, Middle Eastern, and other things are coming in through the border. And my biggest question is, there is a lot of water between the other side of the globe to come all the way, and for some reason getting to the Mexican border. How in the heck do they travel? Do they get in a plane? Do they get inside of a boat? I mean, there is a lot of questions, and I wish all these countries um, that having these people coming in, they should be held accountable. But that's just me.
Copy on that. Yeah, so when it comes to those that live in South America, they are going through Central America. When it comes to those that are, let's say, in other parts of the world, per some reports that I've seen, and by the way, I'm actually doing a video on this right after the live. I'm probably going to post it tonight or tomorrow. How I had a former intelligence official here on the live, and he shared that some of these that are coming from other parts of the world are getting humanitarian passports in Brazil. And once they get to Brazil, then from there they travel through South America to come through Central America. And this was actually confirmed by some media outlets that I'm also going to be sharing in that video. I like to post my sources, in everything I post. I like to share the sources so it doesn't come out as someone just said it randomly. So I want to hold on, Queen. I want to go ahead and welcome Trump News.
Really quick, I'm following
Okay,
you,
go ahead,
and
Queen.
I'm following you, no fake. If you guys could follow me, I would love that.
Absolutely, I'll do it right now.
Okay, sounds good. Trump News, go ahead. Welcome to the panel. Trump News, are you there? Trump News, are you there? You got to unmute. Okay, welcome back to Trump News. I'm not sure what happened to him. I want to give a welcome here to Totally. Totally, welcome back. And go ahead, you can share your statement.
Right, they wanted me to speak. Let me tell them I'm on the phone. On the phone, hold on the phone. No, they're good guys, man. These are my Americans, bro. And this guy's a Venezuelan saying there's a travesty going on. It's yeah, very these people. They're doing a great job. And you know what? All day long, not one person got censored. Oh shit, I'm in here. Bro, let me call you back.
Oh, I thought he was talking to us. Okay.
Holy shit, guys, I'm sorry. I tried to decline. Hey, happy Friday, everybody.
How are you?
I'm doing real good, man.
I'm
You
glad
have
you
a
didn't
great
say
live
nothing
you got
else.
going on. Oh, yeah.
Everything's going well. No, I'm saying I'm glad you didn't share like any personal information.
Oh, yeah, thank God. You know, he's telling me you're crazy with this. I got this before.
Hold on, Totally. I had to mute you real quick. There's something going on with your microphone. If you want to fix that, and then I'll give you the word again. I want to go back to Jed because he had a question. Jed, go ahead while Totally fixes his microphone, and then you can ask No Fake what you wanted before. Go ahead.
I love this. Thank you so much. I love the airplane pilot classes. Love it. So this is what I do for a living. So I detect bullshit, right? I'm investigating things, right? So I'm actually working for
Guys,
the
hold on real
government.
quick. Let's try to avoid profanity. I want to protect the live as much as I
Oh,
can.
sorry.
You can say BS, you can say triple
Yeah,
K,
yes.
on a live, stuff like that. Let's try to
Malarkey.
protect the live. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So this is what I do for a living. I detect malarkey, and I work for the government. So no fake. Can you outline everything that is happening, all the things that all of you perceive aggression? So I can respond to them, each one of them, please.
Well, yeah, you said that your job is to detect BS, right? And you're an
Yeah.
investigator.
Yeah.
Well, then you should have written it all down. So go ahead, ask me any question you want.
Okay, because I was distracted. But anyway, so I no, because I was actually paying more attention to the people that were speaking, not necessarily you.
Okay.
So my peeps with you is very simple. 1947,
Mm-hmm.
before Jim Crow,
Mm-hmm.
why Americans they wanted to kick out African Americans, right? And they were like, "Go away," and that sort of thing. Specifically, with the movement of civil rights, Martin Luther King. Everybody loves Martin Luther King, but why people kill Martin Luther King, right?
Wait, you
Can
said
we agree on that?
1947?
When we started in 1943, right? He started working, and he was a pastor, right? And he started working in different areas, but he went into studying the movement in 1950 after Rosa Parks, right? So that's one of the things that I'm so super like I'm like I try to understand other people that like you and other people like they're trying all the time like, oh, we support Martin Luther King or Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X was open borders 100%.
You sure?
Yeah, go listen to that. Go listen to him.
Which one? You
Martin
talking
Luther King.
Ballad of the Bullet?
Yeah, he
Does it
was.
say he said black Democrats are race traitors?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Are you saying no? Are you saying no? Are
okay.
you saying that they're not racist? We're talking about right after in the fucking Bain. I'm sorry, in the F Bain, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bain when Republicans were Democrats and Democrats were Republicans,
No,
right?
no such
The
thing.
big
That's
switch
happened.
happened. Oh my God, the
What
spectrum
year did it happen?
really happened in 19. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I took. It's, ah, Jesus Christ.
Black people voted
You're
Republican
asking
all the
me.
way up
You're
until
asking me to go back to
1965. The
my
only reason
law.
why, okay, I
You you're
educate you.
asking me. You're asking me to go back in my law classes back in 2011.
Yeah,
What are
Jed,
you
but to be
asking me?
fair, you're bringing up that same point. So
No,
you're saying this happened, and then when he's asking you when did it happen, you cannot provide an answer. So it's a fair question.
19. Okay, so yeah, I got you. Jim Crow, 19. Okay, before the Brown versus education system,
mhm.
63, 1963, give
And
or take.
real quick before you go forward, which party supported Jim Crow, Republicans or Democrats?
Democrats.
Okay, so why are you talking to me? I'm a Republican.
Because it was a big switch.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't. When did
Yeah,
it
it
happen?
was. It
When
was.
did it happen?
Oh, you are lying right now, my
When
friend.
did it happen?
You're not being mishappening.
When did it
19.
happen?
But he's asking you when did it happen, Jed? Answer the question.
Okay, so the civil rights happened in 1964,
Mm-hmm.
1967, give or take, 68.
So the switch
Because
happened in 1964, 7, or 8? Which one?
67 to 68, 69.
Okay, so you're saying that Republicans became Democrats and Democrats became Republicans?
The big switch, yes.
No,
It's very.
that's absolutely false. Are you talking about black people or the whole party?
We're talking about the whole party. What are you talking
No,
about?
that's absolutely not right.
Okay,
The
so let me go.
Dixiecrats stayed in. Hold
You
on.
have your.
Jed,
Have your
Jed, hold
computer.
on. Jed, we let you talk. Let him. We can't speak over each other. It has to be one person at a time, or no one's going to understand anything. You answer the question. You share your statement. Let no fake answer. Go ahead, no fake.
So Dixiecrats remained down south. Nothing changed. The only person who actually left was Strom Thurmond. He became Republican. That's the only person who switched out of the
Jed,
party.
please mute. We're hearing feedback. Please mute so no fake can answer.
In 1964, when Martin Luther King and LBJ met, he gave us civil rights. And he famously said, the only reason why I'm giving them The only reason why I'm giving them the Civil Rights Act is because I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Black people voted Republican all the way until that time. So there was no big party switch. And you still can't tell me the date that this party switch happened. You know why? Because it never
You're
happened.
lying.
So when did it happen?
I'm looking. I have my computer in front of me. Can you give me a chance, please?
I did.
Okay, Jet. Okay, Jet. We'll come back to this because you're asking questions and then you're bringing up information that it seems that you're not prepared for it. So go ahead, do your research. We'll come back to you. I want to move on here. I want to give the word back again. Give it another shot to Trump News. Go ahead, Trump News. I send the invitation for you to unmute. See if you can unmute Trump News. You gotta unmute your mic.
While he's trying to do, can I say a couple other things?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, Queen.
Like we keep going back to this history all the way in the back. I understand there was a lot of going on, but we are in 2023, almost 2024. We have a lot of work to do. We have so much we need to accomplish for our generation. Not just our generation, but our future generation. You know, Jesus, Jimmy Christmas. Let's just, do something and move forward. I don't know. I just want to move forward and try to do something to assist and better do things for the community. We keep like going back and forth to the whatever happened yonders ago. I was not even alive. I
Free
just want to
Palestine
focus what's
and
going on
free
now
open
and
borders.
and
Queen,
fix now.
Jad, hold on. Queen is
I, I
speaking.
I can't fix what happened back then. What I can do now is try to help fix what's going on now until death do us apart.
Queen, I agree. I think we should live in the present and look into the future. Sure, we should look back at history here and there and learn from it, but we can't stay stuck in the past. That's what I think. Trump News, can I give you one more chance to unmute your mic? Go ahead, try to unmute now. Okay, we'll come back to Trump News. I want to give the word to Freedom because we haven't given him a chance to share his opinions of the conversation that's been happening. Freedom, go ahead. Do you want to share something?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I've been listening along and kind of multitasking over here as well. But you, you know, I agree. We need to not live in the past. It's just like the statement of like, uh, I mean, yeah, there are some atrocities with people feeling like their land was taken away. But man, I was born in Florida, so I feel like I'm just as much as a native, to Florida, if you will. So it's kind of like now we're going back hundreds of years to, somebody's grandfather did something to somebody else's grandfather. And it's like, come on. I mean, let's just look to the future. Let's look to work together and figure out how we can resolve things. Because, I think that's it. Everybody's so stuck on what happened before and not just, okay, let's problem solve here and let's look at the future. It's like
Yep.
I mean,
Pay
I'm married,
reparations.
it's like the married,
Pay
it's high
reparations.
school drama. Yeah, say that again.
Pay reparations.
Okay, so
You're
who
living.
so
You're living on stolen land. Pay reparations.
how do you calculate those reparations though is what I'm
Because
getting at.
the U.S. had treaties. United States had treaties, and it's delineating parcel to parcel. If you live in a place that was stolen and oh my God, Jesus Christ, I don't even.
You don't.
I keep saying this.
That's the first
So
thing you said, honest. You don't.
I'm fake. You have no moral superiority over me. I don't. Uh,
No, I'm just
when you
telling you
talk
that's
to
the
me,
first
it's
honest thing
like
you
I
said
have
to me.
like a 5-year-old person talking to me.
Let me
So
ask
I respect
you,
you.
talk about
Love
stolen
you.
land. Mexico stole land from.
I'm talking to. Indian
No,
people, right?
let's go with stolen land.
Aboriginal,
We thought
Aboriginal
the
people.
land was stolen, correct?
Yes.
So who did Mexico steal the land from?
Who Mexico stole the
Yeah.
land from?
So Mexico just
Oh
popped
my God! Do you
time.
understand what happened? You know what happened? I'm gonna educate you a little bit, not fake,
Okay, go
okay?
ahead. You didn't
So
answer the question
I,
though. Who did Mexico
I'm gonna
steal the land
I'm
from?
gonna send you my
How about
PayPal
this?
so you can pay me back. So I'm gonna educate you
Yeah,
right now, okay?
do this. Answer my question, then we can move on to yours. That's how conversations work.
Okay, go ahead. So you're
Who did
gonna pay
Mexico
me.
steal the land
You're
from?
gonna PayPal me right now money because I'm gonna
You
educate you and expect you
what's
to pay.
called filibustering, and Democrats do that very well. Who did Mexico steal the land from for the fourth time?
Okay, so back then there was no Democrats or
I
Israelis
didn't say
or
Democrats. I said, who did Mexico steal the land from? I
no
can do
one,
sign language as well.
no one. There was no one that stole the land.
D-
'Cause
dude, who
we,
settled the land? Who settled the land?
we
Because we can have this
aborigines,
argument going back to the
we
beginning of
aborigines,
humanity. You see what?
we are
Okay,
native to this
so
country.
Mexican culture has a lot of what Aztec and Mayan, correct? And
We are Mayans, and that therefore we're Mexicans. And
okay,
every
cool,
single
cool,
Answer my
cool,
question.
cool,
region,
cool.
They steal the land from.
But was there not fights between the Aztecs and the Mayans, and then other
that's
types of
not your
villages
problem.
and
That's not
tribes?
your issue. White people need to stay away from problems or other
That
ethnic problems. That
that
was not your
is
issue.
stupid.
That's our
You can't
issue.
you
I'm
can't
telling
answer the
you, you
question.
need to. This is the. If,
Answer the
if this is
question.
Mexican. This is
Answer
Mexican.
the question.
Mexican.
Freedom. Don't let him off the hook. Answer the question.
This is
Problem
Mexican
is
country.
this: somebody gets stuck. We tend to want to let them off the hook.
This is
People are,
Mexican place. This is a Mexican land.
I'm giving him the opportunity to trip is really what I'm doing because he
This
Okay,
is
can't
Jad.
answer
So
that.
Mexican
can
land.
hold
Let
on,
him trip.
Jad. So can you answer the basic question that no fake posed for you?
This is Mexican land. 100%.
So according to you, it's always been Mexican land from the
Yeah.
beginning of times. Okay, no
Yes.
fake. That's the answer that he gave. What do you think? Let no fake respond.
that's 100% BS. The reason why you speak
Show me.
Spanish is because of Spain.
Dad, you
Show
had
me.
your chance. You already answered. Let no fake respond. Go ahead, no fake.
He's
The
bringing
land.
another factor. He's bringing another factor. He didn't mention.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Jad, you're muted for the time being. Go ahead, no fake.
Giving you the answer about your culture. Spain conquered the land with the Aztecs and the Mayans. Hence the reason why you speak Spanish. España. Damn, you don't even know about your own people. That's sad. But then you want to come tell me about black culture. Are you insane?
Okay, I wanna. We'll come back to Jad in a bit because Totally has been waiting for a while. Thank you, Totally, for your patience. Go ahead. You want to share something, and welcome to the panel.
Happy to be with you guys again, man. I popped into your Blacks for Trump live. I popped into your
I remember you, sir. Yes.
Mexicans for Trump. I didn't want to request or anything, but you told me you were coming back to immigration crisis, and there I got my.
Totally. I don't mean to interrupt. Can you get closer to the mic? We hear you really far away, sir.
Wow, really? Is this better?
It's the same. We need you much closer.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it's my Samsung. I'll just drop off. The Samsung's just not as conducive as the.
Hey, I got Samsung, buddy.
Drop off, and come back. I'll let you in, and I promise I'll give you the first word.
Will do, brother. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I want to give the word to San because San's been waiting for a while. He wanted to speak. Go ahead, San.
Oh yeah, man. I just kind of wanted to respond to what Jed had said, and also when he was talking about. I'll just keep it brief. When he was saying about the Democrats and the about the Democrats being saying being what he said Republican. I'll just break it down like this. If I'm not mistaken, after the Civil War and everything, you had the Dixiecrats. The Dixiecrats, which were the Democrats who were saying that was Democrats and everything that was fighting to keep people in slavery. However, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican president who did free the slaves. And however, a lot of, however, if I'm not mistaken, our black people were voting at the time. Those who was in power were voting Republican at the time. But I don't know the exact year itself. But there was a switch to where the Dixiecrats went on the Republican side and everything, and they switched the parties around. I don't know the exact date, but it did happen.
So
I'm
Stan,
not
who
saying.
told who told you there was a big switch then?
If I'm not mistaken, there's a man that you can research. He's way more knowledgeable than all of us on here. His name is Dr. Claude Anderson. He can break because he's been in politics for the past 60 years, and Dr. Claude Anderson can pretty much break
Is he
it
a
down.
Democrat?
Uh,
I guess I asked that because I want to know if it's coming
uh,
from a biased source.
if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to lie on the man. To my knowledge, he is a Democrat.
Okay, so you got
I
to be careful with that, right? Because you always
I
got to
say
look at the source,
And that
right?
was
Because he's a Democrat. He's not going to say there was never a big switch. We're still
but
racist. I don't think he's going to say that.
but you know something though? It's funny you say that too now because I can say the same thing about it when people say don't trust minorities like us, like you are, and fake news who happen to go Republican because they can tend to be more of a
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be polite. I'm trying
no,
to be
no,
polite.
I understand, but I get where you're coming from. But we're not stating any sort of opinion as news. When I bring up a certain number or something, I always give you the source. You can go to my page. Anything I report on, I always show up the source of my videos. Then I give my opinion about it. But I don't come here and tell you, oh, this happened, and just believe my word for it. You
I
know?
said, no, I get what you're saying, but not trying to talk over you. But Dr. Claude Anderson and where I got the information from. Dr.
Okay.
Claude Anderson, he broke it down more eloquently than I did. I just gave you a rough draft version of what he said. I didn't say it word for word. I said, but he broke it down in a more elegant in a more elegant way than how the way I did.
Understood. Okay, Sam, thank you. I want to try one more time. Trump News has been trying to speak. Go ahead, Trump News. I think we can hear you now.
Yes, Vega, thank you so much. I love your panel here. Can you
Thank
hear
you,
me?
sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, first of all, I just want to say a couple of things. I live in the Rio Grande Valley. I live 1 mile from the Rio Grande River, and I have never in my life seen so much disease, not this area, okay? On purpose, created by Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Secretary Mayorkas. What the invasion we're having is not a normal invasion. It's not like the normal people that used to come years ago. It's nothing like that. What we're having is a real crisis. And the worst thing that I mean, you can see it, that it's on purpose, okay? I've crossed the rivers, the bridge once in a while to bring medication just across the border, sometimes for my mom or for my family, whatever. And I see this brand new minivan.
So you go to Mexico and then come here, or?
Yeah, I live 5 minutes from the bridge.
Okay.
I'm only 5 minutes, okay, away from the international bridge. If you Google it, you put there Hidalgo, Texas, and Reynosa, Mexico, and you're gonna see we have 3 international bridges in my area. I live like 5 minutes away from 2 of them, okay. So
Totally is asking if you're Mexican background.
yes, my parents
Okay.
were born in Mexico, in the state of Nuevo León, like 2 hours from here, close to Monterrey. I was born here in McAllen, Texas. And
Mexican American copy.
yes. And let me say one thing. I'm so proud to be born in the United States. I love this country for different reasons. Number one is for our Constitution here is different from all the rest, in all the nations of the world. We have liberty, we have freedom, and you cannot buy that with money. But right now, we are in the time, Vega, that we have to defend this beautiful country because what is happening It's on purpose. I've been filming, and maybe somehow I can send you videos later if you give me your information. I've
Please
been
message me. I'll send you my
by the
information.
river with friends. Perfect, perfect. And I've been, the whole night by the river filming videos with friends of mine that have been running for Congress, and they want to know firsthand the information because the news channels in the US, they're not talking about it. Okay. And another thing, they don't have the permission from the White House to do it. They just don't go. So the real news, it's me, my friends. If you guys want to know, write this down, go to the videos of Anthony Agüero, good friend of mine. He's every day by the border. Oscar el Blue, follow Oscar el Blue, follow Anthony Agüero. I'll send you later, Vega, the video that we made with my friend from he ran for Congress in New Jersey, the Rios Mayfield, and Kesia Tunnels from Virginia. We got together, all three of us, and we went to film some videos by the river. And another thing, to this person from California that said he works for the government, and that and that he thinks that one day maybe youth in Arizona are gonna be Mexico again. That's crazy. We cannot go back to the past. Right now we have what we have. We have a borderline, and we have to respect the borderline. All countries will not be will not. You cannot call a place a country if you don't have a border to start with. Number two, Joe Biden doesn't care of our communities here. He's bringing all these immigrants mixed with terrorists into our country on purpose. And number three, and Google this, you all can find this. He sent millions of dollars to the country of Jordan to build a border wall in that country because drugs were going into the country. So he doesn't care for our country, but he does cares for other countries. So California, Vega, for me, the way I look at it is that it's almost the first communist country in America. That's what it is. Gavin Newsom is nothing but a communist guy. He invited the president of China a few weeks ago to California, and you could not see one American flag on the street. All were China flags. And that is unbelievable. We cannot accept that. And another thing, yes, there's a lot of good people coming from other countries, but the reason is not for the good people to come in. The reason for this invasion is to mix the terrorists from Iran and from other countries to come into our country. And I heard somebody there saying that they were coming to Brazil and then to the US. And that is true, also to Venezuela. You know why? Because in Venezuela, Iranians are getting a Venezuela visa or some kind of document so they can travel throughout America. And this invasion, Vega, is on purpose. I mean, I live here. I've seen it. Like a month ago, I crossed the border to Mexico. I bought some medicines at the pharmacy, came back. I invited a friend of mine. We were in the line because they check your passport, and we were driving, through the bridge. And I saw these two minivans, and all these young men, military age, well dressed, were, getting down from the minivans, going into this office. They get a yellow envelope. They cross the border, and there's a bus waiting for them, and they spread these men all over the nation. And I asked the custom officer, I asked him, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" And he said, "Yes, go ahead." And I asked him, "Do you know who these people coming down from these minivans are?" And he said, "Yes, they're from Venezuela." And I told him, "Do you know that Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela emptied the jails and now these people are coming here?" And he said, "Yes, I know that. But the only way we can stop all this invasion is in 2024 when we go vote. That's what he said.
Thank you so much for sharing all that information. So Trump News is just stating that he believes this is happening by design. He also brought up Biden and Jordan. I just wanted to read an article real quick here. This is per AA.com. Biden pledges $1.45 billion per year in assistance to Jordan. Okay, and this article is from July 16, 2022. Again, I'm not going to get into the whole article, but I just want to bring that up because he mentioned that I like to verify everything that he said here as much as I can. Okay, and from both sides, right? From those that are pro Trump or pro Biden. That way we can keep the integrity of the live. So as much as I can. I may not do it every time because sometimes we get into the statements and there's a lot of information there. So, but I did wanted to just clarify that did what's reported on. I want to welcome to the panel support. I actually was going to give the word to, I think it was Black Sugar. She was waiting, but I'm not sure what happened. And Jed is also waiting. I'll bring back Jed in a little bit. But I want to go ahead, support. Welcome to the panel.
Are you there?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that guy was right. This is a total invasion of our country, and it's being done on purpose. They're trying to destroy us from within. They can't do it without. So they figured out a way to do it within. I'm here in San Antonio, Texas, and right down the street from me is where they all come in buses by the hundreds. And they're staying at an old CPS building where we pay our bills at. And we don't pay our bills there anymore because they changed that building into a holding camp to where they're all coming in by the hundreds every single day, even more than that. Sleeping all over the place, outside the place, coming and being shipped out in buses to wherever they got to go. So that's basically all I wanted to say. My name is Mark Petoni. I'm a disabled person, musician from time to time. But that's what's going on over here. It's just they're coming in and out. They come in and then they're being shipped out.
What do you think about, we had Jet earlier. He said that being pro border security is basically echoing the Triple K. What do you think when you hear someone say a statement like that? And on top of that, he doubled down and he said that, yes, there is an invasion happening and that he's for it. He believes that Mexicans, again, he was generalizing, not that I support that statement. He was generalizing that Mexicans will take over this land that is theirs. What do you think about that?
Wow, that's really something. Wow, a long time
By the way,
ago,
he lives here, he makes money here, and that's that's what he was saying.
I guess he wants Mexico to take over again for some reason, but this land had Mexico living on it in Texas and all of that, and that's our history. But no, this
Trump
is
News,
a
please
total,
mute your mic. Trump News, go ahead.
this is a
Support.
total invasion of our country. This is something that's out of control and being done on purpose. Just like the other gentleman had said, this is not something that, it's being done on purpose to bring this country down and maybe to get votes. I'm not sure. Maybe he's telling these people, vote for me and come on in. But he's letting them just come in by the thousands. I mean, you've seen it. All over the country. What's going to happen when they find out that it's not the American dream? Then where are they all going to go? Where are they all going to, if they're being promised the American dream, being put in hotels in New York and other states, and all they think that this is wonderful. We're in America. God bless, we got here. And then they get let down and they find out it's not the American dream, that you were just brought here to help bring this country down. And yeah, there are terrorists coming in from different countries. They are sneaking in here. They've been here for a long time anyways. So who knows when they're going to act. So I say, I got a son who's paranoid. He's already arming himself and buying guns and buying things and getting ready because he feels something in the far future is going to happen. You know, and I hope Texas becomes a state to where, what is it? They were saying they wanted to become a state away from everybody else.
It's the Republic of Texas, actually, and
Yeah,
that was what I was going to bring up too. And I'm so
yeah,
glad you said that because his
yeah,
statement, Jed's statement earlier, made me think of that. It's like, okay, now he's saying we're going to take it from the U.S., but the Republic of
yeah,
Texas is a real thing, and I actually know some of the people that are involved with that and that
yeah.
actual that whole local
I mean,
government
I
thing. It's
lived
a
in
real
Florida
deal.
most of my life. I lived in L.A., grew up in L.A., and went to school Santa Monica High. And when I was younger, I've lived in, I was born in New York. I've got Italian relatives that came over the right way. Their parents on the boats that came over into Utica, New York, just like just like your God same thing. They came over that way, but they came over the right way. But this is a total invasion, and this kind of scares me in a way because what's going to happen next? It's like we don't know. We don't know. Now I
Freedom,
hope
do you
somebody
want?
with Trump's ideas comes in. Go ahead,
Yeah.
sir.
Freedom, do you want to elaborate
Thing and
on that Texas comment that you made?
Yeah,
yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. As a matter of fact, the Republic of Texas, if you Google it and look at the maps, it's actually pretty big. It's more than just the state of Texas, like you're thinking of. It actually goes up and over, and Texas is the only state of the union that actually has an agreement with the U.S. government that if they don't like what's going on, they have the easiest way of pulling away from the union and just becoming their own deal. And obviously, they're one of the largest economies in the entire world. So there's a lot of pull there, but there's been a lot of debate and open topic, and I know several people that are part of this as well. Now, there's been some controversy with some of the people because they're spewing lies and they were actually scamming people out of their money, but then there's actually another group that's been working to fight that as well. But Texas has the ability over all the other states to be able to do that, and that's been a hot topic for it's been a hot topic for a long time, for decades. But I'd say in the last 4 years it's becoming more and more and more of a reality of, hey, if everything hits the fan hard enough, we're literally going to enforce this, and there's millions of people that are behind it ready to go
And
too.
you live in Texas, correct?
I do not. No, I live in
Oh,
Tennessee, but
oh,
I do a
Tennessee. Oh,
lot of
okay.
work. I do a lot of work in Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin.
Okay. But do
So
you
I've,
think that's
yeah,
realistic, though?
It's the
you know,
only way to defend ourselves against what's about to happen. I mean, we can kind of block out, like he was saying, because they got law. Every time something happens and someone comes in and destroys something or a country, there's always new laws that are brought up by our old NWO that brings in the new laws to put strict on us, like forcing us to get the shots. I never got it. I've been through that whole thing. I never went and got it. I had doctors try to force it on me. I feel it was a kind of a false flag. And there's other things that they want to put restrictions, make you take it, or you don't get a job, like the military people. They got kicked out because they wouldn't take it. So if Texas becomes their own, like he was saying, maybe we can block out all this crap that they're trying to put on us and force us to do it.
Enamorados.
Diego,
You know
please
what I'm
mute your
saying?
mic. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Go ahead, support.
Ah,
Finish your
bueno,
statement.
arre.
And one other thing about the protesting that's going on, I think you've seen it. It's just by the thousands and in different countries. And I feel they got it mixed up. If this Hamas, whoever they call themselves, wouldn't have started this in the first place, I don't think that so much crap and destruction would have happened uh, to both sides. Now I feel bad for both sides of what's going on, but these people need to start put the blame where it belongs. Put the blame on these terrorist groups and the horrible things that they've done to these women and did you see and stuff like that. I mean, put the blame where it belongs. And same thing with these countries that are letting all these people come in here. Our government needs to put their government to blame for letting them come in here because they can't take care of them. So let's put the blame where it belongs too. I mean, yeah, it's just
Got it.
I,
crazy,
I,
Got it.
I,
I
th- I
want
think
to.
I think I think Vega hit it though with that question though. Is it realistic?
Yeah.
yeah,
But I think
Hey,
If
I
which
asked that
company or theater
because
near you, I'll tell
I,
you.
I I asked that because I've heard about that before, but is it really realistic when you think about it? When it comes to everything that's happening, and the history of the U.S. obviously plays a big part.
Border
You know,
Patrol.
all right, go ahead. So,
Well,
welcome to the
well,
panel. Hold on, I want to welcome to the panel Diego. Diego, welcome back, Diego. Uh, Go
Yeah,
ahead. You want to share
I can
something?
sign off if you want to. I can sign off. I'm pretty much done. So
Okay, thank you, support. I appreciate it.
God bless
Diego,
you
go
all
ahead.
and take care. I'm always here.
Thank you, sir.
That that was
Go
my
ahead,
intro.
Diego.
I just felt like saying like, "Hey, it's Border Patrol, Officer Hernandez." I'm just kidding. No, but I just came to say I think you know what you gonna call it. So I'm a U.S. resident. I can naturalize next year, and yeah, we came legally. I'm not one of those like not
Talk.
to
Yeah.
ladder down or whatever, but I think it's okay to have borders. I just think it's like like for example, if the U.S. is like, okay, well, illegal immigration's an issue, but those who are already here and partaking in the economy, uh, keep vetting and bringing people in legally. But I get it. Like, I get it. Okay, there's a whole bunch of intro topics in between that. People bring up the cartels and people bring up the guns and whatever, back and forth, right? But honestly, I think if you could secure the border, but America's a nation of immigrants and keep bringing people in, legally.
Diego, hold on. There seems to be some feedback with your microphone. I'm not sure if you have, um, you know, earphones or something, but we keep hearing like some sort of
Is
feedback
that
there.
better? Is that better?
That's much better now. Go ahead.
Okay, it was on voice isolation. I put it on standard. But the thing is, um, but yeah, what should I call it? I'm honestly more worried about the state of the economy than immigration. I get it, like immigration's a big topic, but you know, if you think about it, if your money ain't worth a damn, then well, you know what I'm saying? The
But
deficit.
you're in Texas, right?
Yeah, yeah, I live in Texas. I was born in Monterrey, Mexico, and I grew up in Texas from age of 7.
So
Puro Tejano.
it does connect. It does connect in a way because remember, yes, we always had this immigration issue, no doubt about it. However, right now it's getting pretty bad, especially in those sanctuary cities. And
Oh, I know.
Texas has been dealing with this for a while, but that's why they're giving it to them now. New York City is cutting budgets because of all the billions of dollars they spent on migrants. So it does affect, especially the poor community. Whether it will affect other states, who knows in the long term, but right now it would certainly affect those at least those sanctuary cities in the short term, I think, because of all the money that's being spent. By the way, that's our
Yeah.
money, for the
No,
record.
I know. I know. Hey, you know what? You know what? I agree. I think you have a point. I haven't talked about this in a long time, so I'm kind of just warming up. But I
So
agree
you're
with all
okay. So
your.
you're saying you're okay for you're pro immigration just the right way,
Yeah, I'm a U.S. resident, right? I'm not for border hopping or yeah.
right? Right. Okay.
I'm not a border hopper. I can't swim for shit. I'm just kidding. But um, no, yeah, no. For example, what should we call it? Like I said, I'm a little rusty, so forgive me if I have a plus. I take Ritalin, and that's kind of worn off. With the evening, right?
Well,
It's nighttime.
I do have a quick question though. So, like the whole buoy thing, right? Texas put the buoys out there to help deter people that were getting across. Then you have the complaints of, oh, it's so inhumane because now they have to travel thousands of miles to get around these buoys, and if they try to get on them, they're going to get cut up. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. So, to that point, are you for having a more stronger border, like walls, buoys, more of a defined sovereignty between the divide between Mexico and the U.S.
Well, I don't think there's a. Honestly, I think there's more of a divide between you know the like central and southern Mexico and You know, if you go to like, man, I'm not just saying this because I was born in Monterrey, but if you go to like northeastern Mexico, they probably share a lot of the same sentiments as people from Texas, in like culturally and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? So now, if anything, hell, if you go ask half of Monterrey right now and half of like, if you go ask northeastern Mexico if they want to join the U.S., they'd probably say yes. I'm just saying
Well,
Okay,
because
wouldn't it be cheaper to build a more stronger wall, like, getting down towards like Guatemala where the land mass like thins out, to help? I don't know, because you have a lot more that are obviously coming through Mexico. Mexico's getting pissed off, and now they're getting sick and tired of people coming over on their side. And where before they were like, yeah, I guess it's all right. And now, like, I'm reading all these other articles where they're having more of an issue down, further south, and getting towards, like the Guatemalan border, and getting and
yeah, no, but
getting into the next continent, I guess.
the truth is northern Mexico was also heavily affected by like all the Haitians and whatever was, you know. Hey, you remember back in 2018, and obviously Tijuana has all these issues already, right? And then all the Hondurans and the Salvadorians showed up, and then the people started protesting, so the government did something about it. You remember?
I do remember a little bit about that, but you've got more intel on that than I do on research wise.
Um,
okay, real quick. I just want to give I want to give the word to No Fake News Network. Do you want to say something about what's been said in this past few minutes here?
When we were talking about the states that can succeed away, it's actually seven. California is a republic as well. So the two major ones are California, the South Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina. There's a few of them that can
sorry, I was coughing. My
that can
bad.
actually sustain on their own would be
Yeah,
California.
Diego, can you mute your mic for just a little bit? Thanks.
Yes, sir. Arre.
Um, Other than that, man, not really. The other guy that was here that was talking about the Dixiecrats, I wanted to educate him on that when he was talking about the switch, but he took off prior
Yes,
to.
he left. He asked for to come back. I'm not sure what happened, but he didn't wait. So yeah, he did leave.
The question I need to ask him is like he said that this guy kept telling him, or he heard from this guy, So don't go off of trust me type education. If he's telling you that the Dixiecrats became Republicans, the Dixiecrats fell apart in 1948. If they fell apart and they came back in 1952 and they became Republicans, how did JFK win the South? It's right there in front of you. How can a
Well,
Democrat win the South if the Dixiecrats became Republicans?
I
well,
believe that was
because
username San. San, if you're still in the chat, you can come back and answer that question. Hold on, Diego. I want to give the word to Mr. Toxic. He's back here on the panel again. Thank you for joining my live again. I'll give you the word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the immigration crisis is real, man. I feel like people are just misinformed about a lot of it. When you go down to Texas and you go through their borders or their like little checkpoints, they ask you, you know, hey, are you American citizen? All this stuff like that. And I actually got to speak with one of them because I was doing work down there and I was staying in a motel. Well, anyways, I got to speak to some of them, and they said the reason why
Jed,
they
please
ask
mute.
you,
Thanks.
they said the reason why they ask you that is because they're not really too concerned about the Hispanics coming through, but they're more worried about like the Russians and people from other countries coming through,
Jed,
not just.
please mute your mic. Let Mr. Toxic finish.
I'm trying. Can you mute me? I don't know how. It's not coming. Can you mute me?
Okay, I will do that. I'll let you know when you can come back. Go ahead, Mr. Toxic. Finalize.
So, I mean, every great country or every country, there's a lot of countries out there that do it. I don't see why we're just starting. And people say that it's racist. I'm like, man, my family was immigrants and they came here legally. And I don't see that being racist at all. You're coming to the best country in the world that
You said they came here illegally or legally?
legally
Legally, okay.
from Yugoslavia, which isn't a country anymore. But anyways, they came here legally, and that was back then. Now, I mean, we have even more funds and stuff like that to support immigrants that come here legally. And I mean, we see it in New York, we see it in Chicago, we see it in other places like that, that all of a sudden are overran with immigrants that are here illegally. And they're, a lot of the Democrats are like, well, yeah, we can't do this anymore. We can't do it. They're pushing us out. We're going broke. Our city's going bankrupt. And I mean, that's something that a lot of people gotta remember. We give a lot of free things away, you know, and I don't think people take that in consideration, and I don't think people take into consideration that that's not just everybody brings up because it's because it's next to Mexico. No, that's our biggest entry point. That's our easiest entry point is from Mexico. So I mean, there
Copy.
you go.
Thank you for sharing that. I want to give the word to Trump News. He wanted to say something. Go ahead, and then I'll go to Jed afterwards.
Thank you, Vega. Yes, just a couple of things. Like 3 weeks ago, we invited Trump Latinos. If you all have these guys from Florida, they sing rap music for Trump. Trump Latinos and for Shadow Blow. Have you all seen them?
I believe I have seen the Trump Latinos. I believe so. I'm not sure though, but I think
Oh,
so.
they came here and we made a video together here at the border where I live. I took them to the border wall and we had a great time. But watch the video luchador. We call Trump a luchador because he fights like hell for this country. So we love President Trump. He's our luchador. And I just wanted to let you guys know I didn't want to forget to tell you all to watch the video and please make it go viral because this is going to help Trump's campaign. Okay.
Arre.
Luchador.
I can't even
Thank
vote yet.
you.
I'm not
Thank
a
you for
resident, but I would vote
thank
for
you
And
for
Trump if I
sharing
I'm in
could.
the
that.
video. I'm in the video with my little girl, and I organize everything. And well, not only me, I belong, Vega. I don't know if you all have heard of the Latinos for Trump organization.
Of course.
Well, I'm part of Latino for Trump. I represent Latino for Trump here in South Texas, and also Latino.
Yeah, Pro 956. Arre.
Yeah, Puro 956. You're right. And
Mayra Flores.
Latinos for America First. We're the Latino for Trump and Latino for America First. We are the same people, but we have different names. And we've been helping Trump ever since he started in 2016. And for me personally, well, I thank God for that. I've been invited like 3 times to the White House. And when he comes to Texas to the rallies, they invite me, to be right next to him and to the uh, where the governor, and all the people, in high office here in the state.
Good
But
for you, man.
the
You know
reason,
you gotta show them. You gotta show them my channel. You know that when you get a
sure,
chance.
sure. You know what? We can make maybe uh, sometime, and make something special for your viewers. But we've been working hard, Vega, because not for fame, not for anything else, only for love for this beautiful country. Because I felt in my heart that this country was going down, and I said this is the time for the Latino community because we have been so blessed in this beautiful nation to stand up for America. To stand up for America because we are the Black community and the Hispanic community. We can save this nation from tyranny, and the time is coming.
Trust me,
And we
black
don't have
people are
much
not
time.
saving this nation, respectfully. I'm just saying.
Yes, and so this is the time to do it. Wake up! I started, and I say this with pride in my heart and with humbleness. But me and my little girl, back in 2020, we started here in the Rio Grande Valley, in a blue area for over a century. We started the first Trump train in the whole nation,
I'm glad. I'm
and
glad
it
to.
went viral
I'm.
all over the all those. Uh-huh.
I am glad to hear that, and thank. I agree about what you said. By the way, but Diego did say something that I'm not sure what he meant. Can you explain, Diego, what you meant? Why did you say that you don't agree with part of what Trump News said? And then I'll go to Jed. Oh, I
The
think he
reason
left. Okay, go ahead, Diego.
the
Go ahead.
I I firmly only disagree with that last part of the message he said because, to be honest, a lot of our own, even a lot of our own community are do a lot of cheated wheel behaviors, which are, those who squat their trucks and get their bowl haircuts and ride around the city just doing stupid shit, and I feel like there tends to
Can we
be
just for reference, can we try to avoid profanity? We're trying to protect the life.
wait, what did I say?
Yeah, let's try to avoid cursing. I know
Okay,
sometimes we
okay.
get into the conversation, but let's try to avoid it. I'm trying to protect the life for everyone. Go
Oh yeah,
ahead.
no, yeah, that's fine. I apologize. Okay, what I was saying is a lot of those who I don't even like saying they're part of my community, because I'm talking about those who do a lot of fatherless behaviors in both the black community and the so-called Latino community. They get into a lot of doing trashy crap, trashy stuff in way of life.
So, but you're
Yeah,
saying as
but
far as
not
behavior
everyone.
goes, or what? Yeah, correct. Not everyone. So
Uh,
you're saying like you're saying like behavior wise, or what do you mean exactly?
Yes, attitude, general attitude towards life and how they, present themselves in the general public and how they go around behaving. Just look at cities like Memphis, Baltimore, Detroit. I don't trust me. I don't think the um, AA African American community is saving any country in this world.
No news. What do you think about that? Excuse me. No fake. No fake news. What do you think about that?
No, I know what you're saying. The problem is that the majority of the black community votes Democrats into their neighborhoods. I mean, it's you pointed out Baltimore and a couple of other places that are ran by Democrats. So they don't really care about their people. And it's unfortunate that black people suffer from Stockholm. So they believe that they have to vote blue because, the Democrats are for the people. But if you look at what the Democrats are doing to the people, how could they be for the people? So it's just a relentless cycle. The ones that are waking are actually going to help save this country.
No,
The
I
ones
don't
that,
even think it's about politics at this point. It's a culture issue.
well, politics based on culture.
Do they though?
yes.
Yeah, politics dictate culture.
Can I say something to
Go
this
ahead,
person?
Trump news. Go
I
ahead,
mean,
Trump news.
okay, look, I'm speaking for the Latino community, okay? At least where I live, and uh, we believe in freedom, we believe in family values, and we believe in God. Just having all those three as a base, we are Republicans. The problem is that news channels they make us believe the other way around because we come from work, we turn on the TV, and we watch the Hispanic news. I mean, you name it, whichever Hispanic news channel, and they indoctrinate us the other way around.
I just don't
So
watch the news.
yeah, well, that's better. So I started finding out myself about all this in since 2016. I say this is what I say when for some reason God opened my eyes. I started working with my community, and here in Hidalgo County, where I live, people were voting only 20% Republican and 80% Democrat for over a century. When I started the Trump train and I started going out to the streets to shake people's hand and to educate my community. In 5 months that we went out there to the streets, I started by myself with my pickup truck and two flags on the back and my little girl with me. People started following me, and I would stop in a parking lot and teach to speak with my community, open their eyes. And in 2020, we were 50-50 in the vote, 50% Republican, 50% Democrat. After 100 years, we did that work, that job in 5 months. But I believe one thing, it wasn't me. This is what I believe. I think it was like a divine appointment with time and history from God to do something for this nation. That's what I believe it happened, because I started with my truck. Some people follow me, and I had like 9 cars, then 20, then 100. And on the last Saturday before election, I had at least 10,000 cars, on the streets. And I started caravans all over the state of Texas. I went from McAllen, Texas, where I live. Well, I live in Hidalgo, right by the border. McAllen is
Hey,
5
you say
miles.
Hidalgo County? Hold up. I have
Uh
to ask real quick. I have to ask you. You said Hidalgo. I just have to make a quick reference real quick.
huh.
Entre hierba por el buen plomo.
Qué bárbaro.
En el condado de Hidalgo. Arre.
So
Oh my
so
God.
Diego, real quick, do you support Trump?
I mean, I can't vote yet, but yes. I'm a U.S. resident, but principle wise, yes.
Why?
Why? Because I'm not a chirigüillo, so, no soy chirigüillo.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Chirigüillo is, okay, how to best describe the word chirigüillo? So if you've been to Monterrey and you hear what people call other Mexicans from southern Mexico, when they move up to
No,
Monterrey,
I
that's what they,
haven't been.
that's what they call them. Hey, chirigüillo, like that.
So, but do you? But what does that mean for all of us here? We don't know. I don't know what that
Okay.
means.
So chirigüillo, you might as well say it's like the Mexican version of saying fatherless behavior, in American terms.
Okay, which is you would describe that as like
Like Oaxacan, Chapaneco,
no,
Yucateco,
no. Describe the fatherless behavior that you're referring to. I believe I know that, but just for everyone watching, specifically, what do you mean by that?
anybody with family from Michoacan. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Diego, my parents,
Yes.
they're from Los Ramones, okay?
Eso
And
chingón. Arre.
I never heard that word before.
Carnal, yo nací en Monterrey y crecí en el centro de Texas de los 7 años, pero crecí digo, yendo y viniendo, ¿verdad? I grew up
So
coming, going,
Diego,
and
Uh-huh.
I grew up coming and
so
going, between
so Diego, you
Texas and
support
Monterrey.
Trump based on his stance a lot of things as far as behavior goes. Is that what you mean?
Um, as
Or what he
yeah, as
believes in, or
for example, the thing is, you know, as far back as my ancestry goes, we're all Spanish conquistadors and so, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm for Western values. I feel like we, as men should strive for being a better man one day at a time. At least be better today than I was yesterday, right? How can I be? And what makes a good man a good man? How can I be better today than yesterday? And so,
so
Western
how,
ideal, we should strive to be. I think we need to. I don't think the left is trying to destroy everything that is Western, Western Europe, the Americas, Western values as a whole.
So how would you
So
answer,
yes,
let's say, and I think we had the conversation when you were here last time. How would you answer to those that would call you, well, you are, they would refer to you as a race traitor, or maybe you have that colonized mentality? Because we heard that in the past. How would you respond to that? What would you say to them?
well, nobody colonized me. I came from the colonizers. So I mean, they can put me under that box if they care. I don't care. I really don't care for labels, because at the end of the day, sheep will do sheep things. I will neither be a wolf though. I think sheepdog is the best way to go about life. You protect those who are weaker than you, but also stand your own ground.
Okay. I want to give the word
Mira,
to, go
cuando yo,
ahead. Go ahead, Trump News.
I was gonna ask you, do you have your computer there with you?
I do.
Okay, you can search for Trump Latinos Luchador. You're gonna see the video. I'm there. You can do it now, maybe and share a little bit about the video, or maybe we can do it in some other live. Don't worry. But I want to tell Diego, and I really like what you're saying. Thank you for loving this nation. This is the time for all Latinos and the Black community, to stand up. I ran for Congress in 2022 in the 28th district here in Texas, and my main slogan was, "It's time to save America." And this is the time to stand up for this country. We may not have another opportunity to live in a free country. 2024 will be it can be the last election, or Democrats will make a war on purpose to stop the election, or they will bring another virus to stop the election or steal the election again, or we will go into a civil war.
Okay,
Things are
freedom.
not
Okay,
good.
excuse me. Okay, Trump news. I want to just move on here. I want to give the word to AK. Just joined right now. AK, go ahead. Welcome to the panel.
How you doing? Yeah, we got to cry. First, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm from Indiana. I live in Kentucky now. Not from Kentucky. I was going to ask no fake news, because I'm not from Kentucky, but I live here. Is
Yes,
a is a Commonwealth? Is that in the 7 states that can leave the? I guess leave.
AK, can you get closer to the mic? We're hearing
Can
a
you
lot
hear
of
me?
wind noise. Hard to hear you.
Hold on for a second. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
That is much better.
Okay. So no fake news. Is
Yes.
a Commonwealth one of the 7 states that can, if they wanted to, leave the United States, like Texas?
The Commonwealth, I think Virginia is the only Commonwealth, right?
No, Kentucky is. Kentucky.
Kentucky. I'm not sure. I know there's seven. Uh, Four of them off the top is California, New York, South Carolina, and North Carolina. I'm not sure if Kentucky can. I believe that Kentucky, even though they're a Commonwealth, they're still considered a state.
Okay. I wasn't sure. So one thing I want to say is, yes, we have a huge crisis, and how people can ignore it, I don't understand. Um, but one of the biggest issues in this country right now, to me,
I'm going to cut you off really quick, but I'm getting the wave to come eat. I don't go there and eat right now. I'm going to probably get my thing put in a ringer. So.
Go ahead.
The dinner bell is ringing. I hear
Yes,
it, man.
So you're leaving us?
yes.
Okay, but no problem. Thank you so much.
can I say one thing before you leave? Hold on.
Yes, sir.
So one of the biggest problems I think we have is we got to get rid of this DEI. And I wanted your opinion on that, not for obvious reasons, but what do you think?
Well, it's amazing that the inclusion and equity and inclusion. I never call it DEI. I call it DEI. I call it DIE, because everything that you deal with it always dies. They just switched around the word die to make it not seem so or to make it more popular. It's ridiculous. It's like whenever you put the word, like, for example, civil justice. Anytime you put something in front of a word, you're taking away from it. You're spinning it and making it something that it really isn't. DEI, it's man, it's think about it. Everything that deals with it ends up going woke, and everything that goes woke goes broke. So it's stupid. Once we get back to normalcy, where the United States and we could just come together and say, look, we used to be able to disagree and go drink a beer afterwards. I got some buddies of mine who are just staunch Democrats, but we don't talk about politics. We just go drink beer. We watch, football, and then after that, we go home. We need to get back to those days where we're not worried about what somebody's social credit score or social rating is. And when we do that, then we'll be a better country.
I agree 150%.
I want to give a No Fake News Network thank you one more time for coming back here again. You're always welcome here. I really appreciate your input, and thank you for taking the time to come and join me
Hey,
on
does
this
No Fake have some
broadcast.
time? Does No Fake have some time?
Give me a follow if you can. Hey, my boy New Breed is here. If you get a chance to bring him up, that's a good dude right there.
Will do. If he wants to join, he will.
Yeah. All right, you guys take care, brother.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, I just have, I want to ask Freedom something real quick because we have High in the comment section. He said the following: the problem, I'm trying to find it here. He said, trying to look for the comment here. I believe he said something like, the problem in this country is the white people. Freedom, what do you think about that? I asked him to elaborate. Why would he say that? Clearly very ignorant, but I just want you to respond to that.
Yeah, man, because we all bleed the same at the end of the day. I mean, we all have to eat. We all have to use the restroom. I mean, that's such a ridiculous statement. Um, I think I think the problem is division. I think the problem is that there's a lot of baiting on, on there's extremes on both sides that I can agree and disagree with, and there's things that I think that the definition of the line it's coming down to race, but I mean, come on, let's be real. I mean, if we look at different municipalities or we look at different even local areas where the population is a higher minority population, and then you look at the white population in another area, and then you want to compare notes on different things. I mean, there's going to be good and bad in both. I think it's just people in general. I think greed. If you follow the money, if you always just follow the money and ask the questions and follow where that goes, I don't think there's any type of I think racism is just a ploy that's being used to just try to default to anytime something goes wrong. So I
Well,
always
yeah,
look at it
because
like,
you remember
yeah,
Jed, right?
yeah,
We had Jed,
absolutely.
and he said that if you're pro border security, you're following the KKK narrative. Remember that?
Yeah, and that's ridiculous because
Yeah.
I denounce the KK or yeah the triple Ks and all that. I mean that's just a ridiculous mentality. Why do people have fences in their yards? Why do people even put a fence around their house? Why do
Lock your
shopping
door, right?
centers? Yeah, why do you have
What
a
do you
door to
mean
your
ridiculous
house? Yeah,
mentality?
So
Whoa, whoa,
speaking of
whoa,
which,
whoa,
hold
whoa.
on. Speaking of
Slow
which,
down.
we brought up Jed in the conversation,
Thank you.
so it's only fair to give him a chance to respond. Jed, go ahead. You can respond to Freedom.
So, Freedom, what the F are you talking about, dude? I can show you. I bought every history book that I purchased in history classes. Not only that, I pay. It cost me $300. Okay, let's put that aside, right? Corporate America, they want money. I got it. I'm living in the freaking capitalism world, so got it. I have to go pay money. But what are you talking about, dude? I went to college. I'm still going to college, and I'm paying $300, $400 per book,
That
so I
doesn't make
can
that
be
you're not very financially intelligent. Let me tell you that.
Diego Valdez. No mames, culero. Chinga, no
Sí,
mames,
chingada tu
culero.
madre, che perro.
Okay,
Dame dos
guys, guys,
dólares
guys.
y sí,
We
güey,
got
igual de
they said
pendejo.
no
we
cussing.
gotta yeah,
I
we
know what
gotta
those words
protect
are.
yeah, we gotta protect the life. We can't do that here. So we can't have conversations. Just please keep it civilized. Jed, I'm gonna unmute you, but please keep it civilized. Go ahead, Jed.
Don't do that. The Valdez. So we need you. You are. If you had the truth and you can speak the truth, you will bring facts. But I know you don't. So I'm gonna educate you a little bit about this.
But dude, real quick, I just want you to answer this. I'm not trying to interrupt you.
You did.
By
But
me
anyway.
believing that we need more border security does not make me want to go take my bed sheets or take my pillowcase off, cut holes in it, and start burning crosses in people's yards. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like that that
Okay.
is that is not the same thing. It's the same.
Okay.
Why do
Got it.
people put fences around their house? Why do you have a lock on your door? Why do you keep your door locked? Why do you
I
want
love.
to
I
have
love the
The
your
question.
own
yeah, the places
privacy
with
I
and
the
appreciate
most
the
walls
question.
things?
I've seen were in Mexico. People put
Okay, hold
pictures
on,
on
hold
stuff.
on. So Freedom brought up a good point. Let's let Jed answer. Go ahead, Jed, and then I'll give the word to Diego after that. Go ahead, Jed.
Okay, so we all of us we can go and open up books, dumb down, high school, whatever. Can all of us agree that according to our history books, which they're lying to us, the civil revolution, civil struggle, black people, oh my God, they're such a disgusting, it's so annoying, right? Like, what the
A
fuck?
huevo.
Wait, what
Simón.
do you wait? Do you saying that
Whoa.
you're saying that, or you're saying that that's what other people say?
That's what people say, right?
Oh,
It's,
okay. Just
Well,
clarify because I thought you were
no,
saying that.
absolutely.
I was
I'm
agreeing with him for a minute.
Can I?
No, no, no. We
I'm,
can't. We can't. No, we can't say stuff like that in the live. So just please be
oh,
careful with
I'm
what you
sorry. I'm
say.
sorry.
May
Yeah,
I
So
please add
what I'm
something real
saying is,
quick?
that we can't have that train of thought here. I'm not gonna allow that. So please be careful. I will kick you out if that happens again.
Can I add something real quick?
Go
When I was
go
talking,
ahead.
when I
Let's
was
let
talk,
AK speak. Go ahead.
when I was talking to No Fake News, this is what DEI is. It's to divide us, and it's to when you the kids and people that are going to college now are being taught to separate and divide, and that's how you conquer. And if we don't get rid of this divisiveness, we're done. Okay, that's it.
Hey,
Thank you for
you're
sharing
wrong.
that.
I agree.
I can
I
make
will.
you
I
a lot
will
of
say
money,
that I
Jed.
You're
agree with
wrong.
the history.
Hold on, Jed.
Jed,
Hold on. Hold on, Jed,
Jed, I
because
can make.
you said that, and then you got to let everyone respond now because that was kind of strange. Go ahead,
He,
Mr.
the
Toxic.
other guy interrupted me.
Jed, I can make.
I'll,
Don't
I'll
tell
give you
me.
the
Jed,
word back, Jed. I'll give you the word back. Let's just let Mr. Toxic respond. Go ahead, Mr. Toxic.
Jed, I can make you a lot of money, like a lot of money. I can make your life better, everything like that. Do me a favor. Take that three
I
hundred dollar
was
book.
bid. I was bid with someone trying to buy me. My integrity is not for sale. Absolutely not for sale.
I don't want your integrity. What I want is you to just
He's
to
top
Nope.
G.
take that book, go sell it,
Nope.
get out of that college, and then
I'm
go
working for
into a
the
trade.
government. What are you talking about?
Go
I'm
into
telling you that I went to
a
a couple of years
trade,
ago.
and you'll make a lot more money than going to these leftist colleges that are going to fill your mind with a bunch of BS and tell you how underprivileged you are and everything else like that.
Yeah, start a
When
business.
there you go,
Yeah, I know,
there you go, buddy.
because the Koch brothers is gonna pay me billions of dollars, and I go and tell to my Hispanic people that no, you need to support the Republicans. No,
The
I
what
will
brothers?
not compromise my life. I
The
will
what
never,
brothers?
ever, ever.
So, Jed, quick question. You are a Democrat and a Biden voter, correct?
It cheated wheel.
Mm, until
It's
October
AMLO.
7th,
I
yes, I
could
was.
His
hold on.
family voted for AMLO.
I'm still not clear what that means exactly. But Jed, so are you a Democrat? Yes or no?
October 7th until October 7th, October 6th, yes, I was the Democratic voter. Voted, but no, no
His
longer.
family voted for AMLO in Mexico.
Hold on. Until October 7th?
Yep,
Why?
Free Palestine.
Oh, okay, I see. So now you're not in support of the Democratic Party because of
No,
the Palestine
100%,
conflict.
absolutely no.
But
Yes,
before you were.
yes.
Okay, okay. But you're still
Five,
a Biden
five
voter,
people.
correct?
No, no, I'm not.
Did,
I'm
did he
looking for.
vote
I'm
for
looking
Biden?
for something else.
Okay, do you vote for Biden previously? Is that okay to ask? Or you want to answer that?
Five people in my family. We did.
Cheated wheel.
So you did.
Not anymore. Not anymore. We with the Gaza, Hamas, and the freaking. That's that's where I have my issue with freedom. My issue with freedom is like this
You don't like
guy.
freedom?
No, no. The guy is a look. One, two,
So
three, four,
so
five,
so
six.
Jed, hold on. So Jed, so is this the reason why you have this sort of anger towards the country?
No, no. Wait.
Because previously, remember at the beginning of the stream, you said, yes, we are being invaded, and we should get invaded. I'm paraphrasing. We should get invaded because Mexico should take its land back. So
Yeah,
you're sort of happy that this is happening.
yeah, I'm happy, but it's more nuanced than when you the way that you framing it is like it's so trivial, so simpleton. It's not that.
Oye,
Okay,
ni se te entiende el inglés, güey. Vete al Duolingo en lugar de TikTok Live.
okay. So how do you want me to explain it? So, okay, Diego, shut the fuck up. Listen to me. First
Okay,
of all,
let's try to
and
hold
for
on. Let's
nuance,
try to avoid profanity. Diego said
okay,
something in Spanish that was kind of funny, but okay, let's move on. Go ahead, Jed. You can answer.
okay,
¿Tú parles
Diego. First of all,
francés?
parlare in italiano.
No, no, no. ¿Tú parles francés?
Parle in italiano.
No se te entiende ni en inglés. ¿Qué vas a dar italiano tú, chirigüeyo?
Entonces, ¿qué estás hablando? Cállate la boca. Vete, cómete una pinga y te quédate calmado
Okay,
porque no
okay,
tienes
hold
que
on. All right,
decir.
guys. For everyone, for everyone in the chat, Diego is saying that Jed. I'm not sure where you're coming from. Your English is hard to understand.
What are you
Uh,
talking about?
no, I'm saying
I work
I'm translating what Diego said for the chat in
because
case they don't know. Hold on. Let me
he's so completely.
go ahead, Jed. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Okay, Diego. First of all, stop. If you want to go and claim whatever, fine. I don't care. So, what my friend Vega, well, I will not call him my friend, but anyway, so Vega is saying, okay, is this right? Is this happening? What I'm telling Vega, absolutely. All that is happening in my country and my people in the United States, we're against Donald Trump. Why? Because he is actively trying to demonize us, vilifying us. He's always saying things about us.
That's
However,
okay, but as long as the quality of life is better,
oh Diego, can you shut the fuck up? I'm sorry. Can you stop?
All
I'm
right,
not
Jed.
asking you.
I'm not gonna give you another chance. If you do that again, I'm gonna kick you out.
Look, fine.
Let's
So
avoid
Diego,
profanity. Let's keep the conversation civilized.
can you mute that guy? Because he supposedly he didn't understand me,
Okay,
apparently.
Diego, just let him. Okay, how about this, Diego? Let him finish his statement, and then I'll give Diego the reply. Go ahead, Jed. But finalize,
Okay.
please, because you've been talking for a while now. Everyone wants to speak too. Go ahead.
So this is my issue, right? Not only my issue. I'm talking about 100% the Democratic caucus, right? Caucus, like Diego's group. Okay, caucus. I need to I need to dumb down things to you.
you need
Democratic
Duolingo. That's what
caucus.
you need.
Okay, Jed, but if you're gonna keep bringing
Caucus.
him up, then he's gonna have the right to reply. So go ahead. What is your main point, please?
So the main point is this is happening right now. We're not happy with. We are so unhappy with the Democratic policy. 100%.
Okay, so you're against Trump, but you're very unhappy with the Democrats too.
Biden, Kamala, 100%.
Okay,
So
so
you can capitalize that.
you don't
But
like them.
you need to step away from Trump. If you want to have a Republican government, you want to have a Republican politician president, you need to step away
Okay,
from
Jed. So
Trump.
just to finalize your main point, according to you, who should we vote for then?
At this point, I'm like Vivek, Vivek.
You're probably back. Okay. All right. I want to give the chance Diego to respond now. Jed, let him speak. Go ahead, Diego. You can respond to what he
I'm
said.
gonna interrupt him because he speaks English like fuck. Can you go to college?
It's all right. Most
Can you speak?
mega
Can you speak
axis.
clearly? I cannot hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I can.
Let him
Yes, I
reply. Go
yes,
ahead,
I can.
Diego. Go
Yes, I
ahead.
can speak clearly because I'm fluent.
You cannot
Unlike
even. I did some blah 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 to
you need the
Manchi. What the fuck?
Duolingo bird. I'm just okay. The point is, Jed doesn't even know what he wants to vote for, yet he has the right to vote. Imagine.
Speak clearly,
Um,
please.
oh, trust me, I can speak clearer than you.
I can really hear you.
You need the Duolingo bird. Call him, birdie.
I can really hear you. Speak up. You didn't even go
Okay,
college.
sorry. I can't even take
You
this
didn't
this
go
serious.
college. Did
You
you
know, that's an
even
argument
graduate
from
high school?
authority. That
Did
doesn't
you
even.
even? Did you even graduate high school?
Can you
I
argue
can.
not from
I can show
authority?
you.
Because I'm sure I
I
can hold
can
a
show
better
you.
argument than you.
Okay, Jed, one at a time because we can
Anyway,
understand what you guys are saying if you're on top of each other.
okay,
Go ahead, Diego,
okay.
reply.
Um,
I don't hear you.
so
So
Jed,
no.
I'm gonna kick you out if you continue. Let him speak. And let him speak. Go ahead, Diego.
And then
okay, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, I know there was a time in the country, you know, we were talking about JFK. We were talking about JFK earlier when, well, I think the party didn't matter more. It was the president that was running. I mean, it was the person running for
what?
president, not the party. But
What?
today, no, I do think the reason me nor anybody in my family stands on the left is
Someone
because
translate this.
leftist values do not represent my family's culture or heritage, whether here or in northern Mexico. So yes, when the elections come around,
Northern
uh,
Mexico. So that's a part of
el
Mexico, but not the
norte,
entire Mexico. Okay,
el
got it.
norte, el norte.
Okay, I cannot even understand you, but not the entire Mexican people, but the North is. Are you? Are you Israeli? What the fuck?
I am not
Hmm.
an okay. Now I'm an Israeli.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Vega, can I say something to Jet?
Okay, guys. Hold on real quick because things got a little bit heated here. So I had to remove both Diego and Jed because there was a lot of inappropriate comments. Some things were funny, but some things also crossed the line. So I had to kick both of them out. Again, we need to keep this civilized. Okay. Who wanted to have the word next?
Me,
Okay,
Trump News.
Trump News. Trump News. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Vega. Well, I wanted to to say something to Jed, but it's okay. This is for the rest of the people. He said that Trump demonizes the Democrats. And I was about to tell him that not only Trump, but I also demonize the Democrat Party. And the reason is because I know they are for abortion, the Democrats, especially in California. But there's three states, which is California, Maryland, and Colorado. They don't only have abortion up to the 9th month, but they have infanticide. In other words, a mom can
Native,
kill.
please mute your mic. Merrily, please mute your mic so Trump News can speak clearly. Thank you. Go ahead,
In
Trump
other
News.
words, yes, a mother can kill her baby before 28 of being born. Now, the mom cannot kill the baby with a knife or something like that,
Okay,
but
can
she
we just
can.
say unalive, please? That just very careful with that word. Just say
Okay,
unalive. Thank you.
okay, sure, unalive. So, but the mother can leave the baby without food, without water, or whatever, until the baby goes unalive. Okay, and this is only in Democrat states. So, do I demonize the Democrat Party? Yes, I do, because that is against the human race. Totally against. Uh, that is not human at all. So the Democrat Party from 10 years ago is not the same one that we have right now. They went from being like kind in the middle. They went to the far left, almost a communist party, and we are in great danger. And these people like Jed and many good Democrats, they do not know what is going on in their own party, and that's the problem.
Well, also too,
Okay.
if you've
Think.
heard about
Go
in
ahead, Mr.
California,
Toxic.
sorry about that. Also too, in California, they made it a law that as long as you're within 10 years of the minor, that you won't be brought up on charges on um
That is correct. Yes.
there's that, and then also too there's
And
another law that they put out there to say that um if your child disagrees with you about their gender, and they can basically just leave, go somewhere to like a police department or something like that, and the police cannot get a hold of you or that certain like little safe area for them cannot get a hold of you and let you know where they're at. And then you can
Yeah.
technically be brought up on charges for not basically gender affirming carrying your own
Which
child.
state is this?
This is in
California.
California.
California. Okay. Okay. I
Oregon
wanna
also.
I wanna move up. I wanna move up here with Merle. Welcome to the panel. Go ahead.
The state that was actually pushing the thing the gentleman was talking about really hard is Oregon. They actually had some votes on it, and they passed a vote. They were basically able to. Uh, Someone is basically able to assist a minor independent from their parents and remove them to a separate custody in order to perform any kind of care that they deem, correct, which is really crazy because you're basically circumventing parental rights 100%.
And that's
And
crazy.
yeah. I want to go ahead and welcome also Native. Go ahead, Native. You can share your thoughts.
Um, as far as gender affirming care goes, you should never overstep the parents. Most of the kids that they're shoving this down their throats have no clue on what they are right now. And I just believe it's crazy.
Got it. Okay. I do want to go back to the immigration topic, guys. I may do a gender live topic maybe at some point. I did one previously, maybe like about a month or so, and my live got shut down and I got restricted. So I want to avoid that topic for a little bit until I can sort of find a way to get through the live. It's really TikTok is very strict about that one. So let's try to avoid that conversation.
Um,
Um,
do you know who runs TikTok in the United States?
who runs it?
Oracle. Oracle has all oversight on TikTok.
Yes, I think that was after the change, right? That they made.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. So I'm just trying to be careful here. But anyway, the topic for tonight's immigration crisis in America. Native, what do you think would be? First of all, are you for border security, or you're okay with what's happening right now? And if you're for border security, what would be the solution for the current situation? You think, if you
I
can be to the point. Thanks.
I believe in border security, but um, if you don't come into the country, you should be able to do it like everybody else through history has done. You shouldn't just be able to walk across the border. Right now, there's no women and children coming across the border. It's all military age men. That's
But native, the mainstream media loves to show us the women with kids all the time.
but they're not. That's what gets to my heart and my purpose. They're not coming across as women and kids. They're military age men from every nation in the world. And that's a problem.
Merle, what do you think about the question I asked Native?
Could you repeat it real quick?
Yeah, so are you for border security, or are you okay with what's happening right now in the country? And if you're for border security, what do you think would be the solution to the problem?
I mean, in order to be a sovereign nation, you have to have border security. If you don't have border security, you don't have sovereignty over your land, which means you cannot act in the best interest of your citizens. Or being a citizen of that country has no value whatsoever. I mean, if you look at some of the countries around the world that are overrun, and their politics and their geopolitical boundaries are smeared, this century, their economy, it's all in ruin. That's why we call them third world countries. You have to establish boundaries. Human beings need boundaries. We need boundaries to identify what we can and cannot do in order to be respectful of each other's boundaries, in order to be respectful of each other's rights. The simplest way is you put up a boundary like most countries do, and you staff it, and you control egress. It's not really that hard.
So, what would be your ideal boundaries or policies?
Well, a boundary is the physical boundary, whether it be a combination of inanimate physical objects such as a wall
So, you're
or
pro the
a,
wall.
yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, you need some sort of a boundary, whether it be inanimate or active people, people patrolling it, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
to ensure security. And it goes beyond immigration. Immigration is like a fraction of the issue.
Well, I'm glad
Uh,
you mentioned security around it because we've seen footage in the past. Well, I've seen anyway. I posted it on my page. I've reported on it. We've seen footage of the smugglers cutting through the wall,
correct.
and
And nobody's banning it.
other. Well, there's actually footage of border patrol right next to it. They just cannot stop them. They just
Wow.
let them through. Yeah, you guys, you got to go check my page. The video, there's two videos I posted on it, and one, and I'll give you the title right now. One is called "Shocking Footage." The other one is called "Breaking." Most of them are men. Those two videos I posted, you will see there's footage right there where they come in through the wall, and border patrol is right next to them, and they cannot stop them, unfortunately.
And I'll give you a scenario, okay, for anyone that is very pro
What
immigration.
page?
Here's a real scenario.
Hold on,
Let's
native.
say
Let them finish. Go ahead, Merlin.
Sorry.
let's say you have a refugee family that comes to the U.S. and we give them asylum because they're obviously being oppressed, persecuted, they're in danger for their lives. We bring them here, but yet now we still don't control our own security. So we literally told them we will give you asylum. And how are we going to give them asylum if they're not protected with our border? Now, some bad actor can come through and hurt that family that we as a country promised them safety, did we not? So the whole thing of it being this restrictive, oppressive, fascist idea is just not, there's no foundation to it. There's no foundation to it. You can't protect the people that you're already your citizens. You can't protect anyone that you allow to come in and you say you'll help. You can't control bad actors. You can't provide basic security for your people or anybody, that even people, visitors. Somebody visits from another country and they come to uh, vacation here, and you can't make your country safe for them. You have to provide safety. That's just a fact of life.
Okay.
Thank you.
Native, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Native, can you please mute your mic for a second? I want to welcome New Breed to the platform here because we're hearing some feedback, Native, from your microphone.
Sorry.
New Breed, go ahead. Welcome to the panel once again. Do you want to respond to
Sorry.
Merle, or what do you want to share?
Yeah, sure. I'll respond to what you got there. I believe it's a flip. It's a crisis. It's a problem. There are good people that come through. There are bad people that come through. I believe that the good people that are coming through are getting jobs, honestly, that this day and age young kids really don't go for. They don't go for those jobs that are hot in the sun and working with your hands consistently. There are some that do, but the majority, no. So do I think that they take go for the jobs that most Americans don't get? Yes. Do I think we need better security? Yes. But always the problem when somebody American, no matter what, no matter no color, I'm talking American period, no matter majority of the time when they're over something, there's some type of greed or some type of switching of dollars or some type of quid pro quo. And that has always been our problem.
So,
So
what would be your ideal solution, you
my
think?
ideal solution, you would have to have somebody. I believe the only people that I look at are unbiased, honestly, are nuns. I believe this day and age are unbiased. So I believe they have that human factor that would be able to say, okay, no, this person we need to send back or however, but there can't be
a person that's in charge of this that falls back on greed. Like, that has been our problem. Always trying to be above somebody, always trying to beat our chest. Oh, I'm in charge of this committee and I do this and I do that. Like, let's stop all that.
So when you say greed, are you blaming it on the corporations and how they're in bed with politicians, or what do you mean exactly?
I'm blaming it on people who want more than what they originally wanted. You have those politicians and you have those CEOs that said, "Hey, I'm here to help the people. I'm here to give back, and I'm here to do this." And next thing you know, they realize, "Oh, I can make a little bit more money doing this. I can make more money doing this. I can make more money doing this. I can bring money back to me doing this, cutting this corner, cutting that corner, switching this up, changing this." Like,
Okay. Okay, hold on one second. Native, we're hearing feedback from your microphone. Do you want to say something?
Um, Actually, I do.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you share your thoughts, and I'm gonna just
Can you?
I'm gonna drop you because you're having some form of feedback coming, and you can ask the request again, and I'll put you back on. But go ahead, you can share for now. What do you want to say?
Um, Corporate America doesn't care about us. They give us poisoned food and tax us to death. So, yeah, corporate America does not, and that includes the presidency. They do not care about us. Only we care about us. And as long as we let them roll, then we have no choice. We have no how can I say perspective on life because we let others rule us. And I'm sorry that my life is cutting out on everybody else. And I appreciate your time. Love and peace. And hopefully I will see you again.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming by, and thanks for sharing that. Okay, I'm going to go down the list, but first I want to welcome to the panel Mr. Objective. Go ahead. What do you want to share to the panel here? Please be can you please be brief and right to your point? Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell is advising Joe Biden on this, because I think as far as he's handling the border, I think he has like a 35% approval rating or something like that, and it's getting worse. And now what's so different about this immigration crisis is before it was a lot of Caucasian people complaining about it. And now in abundance, it's people of color. And the policies still continue. So I know he wants to win re-election, but this, among a number of other things, is sinking his candidacy. When you see America in unity, unified with this, it's a mess. So I'm just wondering who's advising him that this is good policy. I'm lost on this. I'm really confused because America is united at this, and it's going to show up at the voting box next year.
Okay, I think Mr. Toxic wanted to respond to that. I saw you in the comment section there, Mr. Toxic. You want to respond to that?
Oh, I feel like Obama is. I think Obama's pulling his strings, and I think the reason why he gets a lot of votes that he does is because of his little buddy tactics with Obama. I think Biden is still the same racist he was 40 years ago. I think that I mean, he's still the same person, except uh, he's just got to play the game.
You believe Obama is behind the Biden administration at this point?
Yes, sir.
AK, do you agree with that, or what? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I agree 100%. I'm not making fun of him, but he can't finish a sentence without losing his train of thought. I don't think he's running the country. Um, and then something you said earlier, Vega. You talked about the post you had of them cutting the wall and coming in. There was one on the news today, and I won't say this right, a cartel member was on the other side, and they were videotaping it, and he just waved and laughed like,
Yep, that's actually in
"Come
my
on,
video
man."
too. Yep,
Okay, okay,
sort of
okay.
like a proof of delivery, you know?
Yeah, just like, hey, throwing it in their faces, like, hey, there ain't nothing you can do about it, but it starts at the top, like Mr. Objective said. Who is advising him? Why is he sticking to this? This is not a white, black, brown issue. This is a united issue. Everybody, it's affecting everybody, and I agree totally with Mr. Objective.
Yeah, I don't think it's Obama because Obama, remember Obama deported like the most people in American history or something like that. I think it's the AOC and her little crew that's advising him. I really do because they're really radical with their, you know,
So you think AOC has a big influence under the
oh yeah,
on the
yeah.
Biden
Oh
administration?
yeah, absolutely. 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 He's
But the
he's
the
definitely
the
too
only
far
issue
left.
we have with that though, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but since you brought that up, is that she belongs to the squad, right?
Right.
And we've seen them crying and whining about the ceasefire situation, and they're actually they had some tough words for Biden. So wouldn't that sort of um, sort of take down that point of view of yours? Because if they had so much power over Biden, wouldn't Biden already been on the side of the Palestine?
I think that's the only thing that they can't get to him about is Israel. I think that's like a non-negotiating uh, topic when it comes to Israel. I think everything else is on the table, but when it comes to Israel, America doesn't negotiate with that. Israel can do no wrong.
Okay, so you think immigration wise, AOC has a huge impact on the Biden administration, but
Oh,
not
oh yeah,
not
I
the
think
Palestine
not
conflict.
not just immigration. If you look at them, like one of the guests was saying, I forget who said it, but he said, Biden is the racist that he was back in the 40s, and I believe that a lot. But he's governing. He's always governed middle right. Okay, he's governing far left now. This ain't Joe Biden. Joe Biden's not pulling these strings. Everything's far left like crazy stuff. Like, dude, where did this come from? That's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden's always been middle right, more right than middle. Now all of a sudden he's far left. This is AOC and her crew.
That's an interesting take. I've always heard about Obama being behind Biden's ear, but I don't think I've heard about AOC. That's an interesting take. I want to give the word to Trump News. Trump News, I'm going to have to let you go, unfortunately, because we have other people waiting. Do you want to share any final statement here for the panel before I let you go? And again, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Vega. Um, well, very interesting everything that everyone is saying here. And my final word would be that we have to work hard during all this coming year, 2024, to save this nation. We are in deep trouble. I live right here by the border. I can still see some people in the chat putting things here uh, that that makes me know that they are not well informed. I think they still watch some news channels that are lying to them, and we learn more in social media, like in your program right here, Vega, than in the Hispanic news channels out there. So share the word, tell people to go vote for Trump. He's our best choice. We have no other one but him, and he's America first. and he doesn't hate other countries like some people is posting not in this chat but in some other chats. He's a very respectful man, but he is 100% America first, and we all should be America first also. So God bless you all, and I hope in the near future we can all get together again. Watch the video, luchador. Trump is a luchador. Watch the video with Trump Latinos, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much, Trump News. I appreciate you coming by, and you're always welcome here on this platform. Okay, I want to real quick give the word to Android. Welcome to the panel, and then we'll go and let Freedom. He's back. He was here earlier. We'll let Freedom speak as well. Go ahead, Android.
Hi. Excuse me, you got me eating, but I was listening to your program, man. Excuse me. Wait.
If you want, I can give you a minute. I can let Freedom go
Okay,
first. Do
I'm
you
not.
want to?
I mean, I was
Okay, go
listening to
ahead.
what people say because this is a public place, right? And I was everything depends on reality. Like in the Matrix movie, people see things in different ways. Like some people think like immigrants come to this country because blah 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 whatever. But if you go to the 90s and 80s, I don't know. We forget about the New World Order and the agenda of the 80s or 90s. So all these people they came to this country because it's the last choice because it's all corrupt. All the Freemason or Brotherhood they have in the world to try to make this world to go to the New World Order, right? And some people are ignorant about this, right? And we have to start to use the right thing, like some people forget about what is like. I'm listening to the people saying America, America, America here and over there and this and that. But in the end, everybody represents this continent. I mean, some people think America is a country, right? But it's we have to change the way we think because it's not like I'm too proud to be American. I mean, I didn't born in Asia, I didn't born in China, I didn't born in my country, right? It's a secondary language to me, English. My first language is Spanish, and I learned to speak this language. But the thing is, yeah, we got to change this reality. We got to go really deep into this bullshit
Just
because,
just for context, what's your background?
what do you mean, like?
Like what you say is your second language. So what's your what country is your background from?
Oh, I'm Mexican.
So you're
Yes.
Mexican American, okay?
I
And
mean, yes. I mean, I born in Mexico,
but you
and
live here and you support America first, correct? Because you live here.
oh yes, I mean, but to me, like, these days, I'm not into the politics things, and I was in the movement in LA. We call Occupy LA. It was about the banks, and it was I was part of that movement, and we learned a lot of things about the banks and all these things, about the people. What you see on the news right now, you know, it's all bullshit. You have to like these channels helps a lot to the community to see the reality because to me, reality is about your neighbors, your jobs, your people, everybody around you. That's what. But reality, the way they put like, it's like everybody's crazy right now. The world is like, what the fuck is going on? It's a
Look, I
cartel of
agree
weapons,
because a
cartel
lot
of.
of a lot of stories that I've shared, and even on my live, we had a lot of people. I don't mean to cut you out, but I just want to share this real quick because you mentioned about social media, right? A lot of this stuff that we discuss here, and we've had some people that work with the government, by the way. The news, they're not reporting on that stuff, you know? And even on some of the videos that I've posted and I reported on, some news, local news, they might show it, but they don't highlight it in their own network, and they don't even highlight it on the mainstream media. So you're right about that. But Android, what do you think would be a solution for the immigration crisis right now, if you had a voice in it?
The solution to me, well, I mean, like they did in Europe. Like in Europe, they opened the borders for you can go from country to another country, like from France to Spain or Italy or whatever. And it's not discrimination with that people because it's all the people of the new, the people, like, yeah. But these people like brown people, like they look people like cockroaches, like, and it's reality. I mean, that's reality. Is that you're born in your own continent, but they look at you like a cockroach. Like,
Who
you're
looks
not
at you
part
like
of
that?
this
I'm
continent.
not sure what you mean. Who looks at you like that?
Some the people, the racist people, and other people. Like, if you don't speak this language, you're ignorant, or some people, not all people.
Some. Okay.
Yeah, open the borders, like start to work in this continent because some people forget about what is America. America represents from Canada to it's south, north, or whatever, but it's the same continent. If you're going to China, and where you born? Where are you from? What if you're born in a small country like Guatemala and they don't know what is Guatemala? I'm part of America. I mean, the only way they're gonna know where I'm from this continent, right? From America, not from, you know what I mean? Some
Okay,
people
got
get
it.
it. You know what I mean? Like, gotta start using different ways, the way we see, like, the people, immigrants, and all the
So,
system, how
but
the
so I'm a little confused though. So, are you for border security, or you're saying no, let them in because we're all in the American continent?
I mean, to me, like, to stop all that, they gotta legalize all people. If somebody wants to come here, just go to the embassy and fix your, you know,
So you're saying
legally.
to facilitate the process of coming
Every
here and make it
pictures,
faster for.
fingerprint, everything.
Okay,
But
so
everybody can
you want them
come
to go
here.
through the process of being vetted. You just want it to be quicker. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you for that response. I want to give the word to Freedom. He's been trying to enter for a little while now, and then I'll go to support. Go ahead,
Thank
Freedom.
you.
Thank you, Android. Go ahead, Freedom. I think Freedom is having an issue connecting. Okay, I'll move on to support, and then I'll go to Freedom. Go ahead, support.
Would that be me?
Yes, Mark, right? Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
Since I moved here from Florida, 20 years ago, and I've met a lot of people in the Latino community, a lot of musicians, and a lot of the people here. It's just there's a lot of love here with the Mexican community and Latino community, and it's been great. It's like being among family, like a different kind of culture, which is a loving culture.
What happened there? Is your microphone okay, or
That are in the business.
okay? You cut
Let
off
me
there for
turn
a
up the
second.
mic here.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah. So, but Mark, the question is, are you for border security? And if you are, what would be the solution to this problem right now? Or you think that we are okay as things are right now? What's your take on that?
We'll get back to that. Yeah, this is a total invasion. This is not something where you could just want to come across because your family needs help and you got nowhere else to go and you got no choice. This is being done on purpose from all different that are coming across. It's being done on purpose by somebody a lot higher up than our president, like the other guy was talking about. He's just a puppet. Either Obama is pulling the strings because he's part of that organization that we all know about. Okay, this is all being done in a higher up situation to either destroy America or make it less populated. But they got a plan, and so far they're executing it, and so
Your
far
your
it's working.
your take is it is by design.
Yeah, so we gotta stock up. We gotta arm ourselves. We gotta be ready. What I love about Texas is that we're not gonna put up with that.
Okay, I think we I'm not sure something's going on with your audio there, Mark. You're gonna have to fix that. I want to move to Freedom. Go ahead, Freedom. And Mark, please mute. Go ahead, Freedom. Welcome back.
Hey,
Thank you.
can you hear me okay
Thank you,
now?
Mark. Yes, I can hear you better now.
Okay, right on. Yeah, that was on me because I went to my desktop trying to log in and it screwed it all up. No, I know we're moving on to another topic now, but I just wanted to bring this up because there's a clip of Obama actually talking about the arrangement And in the arrangement itself, there's a video. You can search it. It's definitely on Twitter. It's definitely on TikTok as well. So if you just type in Obama, the arrangement, you'll be able to see a clip where he talks about if he could orchestrate everything, if he could be president again and
I
run it
think
from
I've
his
heard about
basement.
it, but I haven't seen it. I'm going to look it up later.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
part of the NWO.
Well, the exact quote, and it's really quick, and then I'll just yield on this. But it's his quote was, "I used to say that if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement, my sweats, looking through the stuff, I could sort out and deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking. I'd be fine with that." That's
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah,
direct quote
Mr.
from Obama.
yeah.
Mr. Objective, what do you think about that? Because I know Mr. Objective thinks that there's someone behind Biden, but he doesn't think it's Obama, though. Go ahead, Mr. Objective.
Yeah, I saw that clip as well. It was just something he was joking about. If that was true, he wouldn't have made a recording about it or whatever. I think he was just joking. It was just in light and just in fun.
So you're saying it would have been too obvious?
Yeah, it would have been too obvious. But he's governing. I said, this ain't Biden, man. Like I said, Biden is old and he's being led. And like I said, I think it's the AOC. I think they have a lot of influence over him, man. I really, really do.
Question, Mr. Objective. Do you think Biden will eventually run in 2024? You think he will get there?
Wow. That's a good question. I think they're vetting people now, and throwing stuff out there, just like they threw Gavin Newsom out there with the debate with Ron DeSantis. But and I think Hannity was pushing him to run, Gavin Newsom to run, because they knew he could never win a national election because he's too far left. I mean, he's like off the hinge far left, crazy. But I can't see. I see Biden deteriorating in front of our eyes, man, and I can't imagine him in a debate, even if it's not Trump. I can't imagine him in a debate with anybody in August, September of next year. I can't see it, man. I
What
really can't.
What about? I have a question for you, man. What about Kennedy Jr. though? What do you think on him? I know he's got to enter as an independent, but you think he would be a viable option if? I don't ever see that happening. I mean, if it happened, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm just curious on what your thoughts would be on him as well.
Yeah, I think he would be a better candidate, but they don't want it. Do you see how much flack how much negative pushback the Republicans got when they lost the Speaker of the House, and it was just for 3 weeks, and how the Democrats were saying they're unorganized, they're a mess. If Biden didn't run, the negative feedback that they would get would be astronomical. That's what they don't want. Because if he just, it would be so many rumors and so much bad press if he didn't run. They would say that the Democrats are unorganized, they're a mess. They would get it tenfold because it's the president of the United States.
I will admit, just as much as the Democrats are a mess, that Speaker of the House was a complete mess too.
Yeah, it was. I think it was needed, though. I think it was.
That was a complete. Democrats could do some messy and stupid stuff.
It was.
That
It
was
was needed
like,
because the new speaker is a lot better. He's a lot better, man.
I agree with that. I want to give the word to Merle real quick. Merle, do you think Biden will actually run in 2024?
Well, he's kind of stuck on the train. I mean, they're gonna roll him through, throw him out there. I mean, unless something catastrophic happens, they're gonna have to do something though, because the Middle East thing is really fresh, and depending on how long it carries out, he seems to be losing a lot of support with his base. So they're going to have to figure out a way to mitigate that problem. So that's kind of a huge thing. And, the rest of the stuff, I mean, people just don't seem to care his demeanor, actions, his ability, his cognitive abilities. Nobody really cares. I mean, they're going to roll him out there if he's got a pulse.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and we had Jed earlier, where he said that he hates Trump, if you will, but now he doesn't like Biden because of the Palestine and Israel conflict. So yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure they're panicking right now because these numbers are going down. Not that I believe in polls too much, because we know what happened in 2020 in 2016.
Exactly.
But when you hear comments from people like Jed that he's anti-Trump, but now he hates Biden because of the conflict, it's
Well,
just
and the sad
very.
part of it is the really sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The sad part of it is that really concerns me as an American is the depth of the politics of people. So that they're so you take this person, whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. They have the right to their opinion. They have the right to vote for whoever they want. They have a right to support Mr. Snuffleupagus, you know, from Sesame Street if they want to. So they're hell bent on Biden. Does no wrong. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's the best Democratic president in the history of the planet. Blah 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 blah. On and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then one crisis comes up, and all of a sudden, their ideology, their supposed foundational politics are just simple. So that's really concerning, the myopia of a lot of Americans. They just that's really concerning to me, honestly, right or left.
Got it. Okay, I want to welcome to the panel here, real quick, Christina. Uh, I think this is her second time here. Welcome back. Go ahead.
Oh, you have a good memory. Hi, how are you tonight?
Oh, I couldn't forget. We had a debate last time.
Yeah, I still feel the same way. I was actually talking with my friends today about people in Palestine and Syria and how horrible we feel for those people. Same thing about people south of the border. So I just saw your live and I remember our interesting conversation, so I popped on. What's the topic at hand?
So it's the immigration topic. Some of the guests here were talking about how Biden. They don't think that it's actually Biden. Maybe there's someone behind Biden. Some said Obama. Some said AOC. Just for context, guys, since I brought up my conversation with Christina last time, she's in agreement with letting the migrants come in. That's what we spoke about last time. She thinks that we should let pretty much everyone from South America come in through the border to give them opportunities because, according to her, it's a humanitarian issue. Correct, Christina?
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure that I'm pointing out your statements there. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. You can go ahead and add whatever you want to that.
I will agree. I am no conspiracy theorist. Like, I don't believe that there's flat Earth. I don't believe it's the end of times. Um, but I do think that, and I think this wholeheartedly, that a president is just a figurehead. There are other people pulling the strings behind the scenes. And who are those people? I'm just going to say it's corporations, people that we've never heard of, people that we will never hear of, maybe for another 100 years once we're long gone. You know how they talk about the top 2 and 1%? These people are just so high above us when it comes to monetary reasons, like corporations, wealth beyond, just incredible wealth. Like Warren Buffett probably doesn't even have enough close enough money to these people when you put it together. Those are the people running the country. Corporations run the country. Like, everybody wants to blame Trump, everyone wants to blame Biden, when really they are just puppets. They do what they're paid to do from
Got
their
it.
lobbyists.
Got it. Okay. Freedom, do you want to respond to that at all?
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree that there's an elite class that has all the money, and there's a lot of things and a lot of deals that are happening, and all the horses are, all the bets are on all the horses in the race, because but that's been the argument with Trump, is that he's not a bought entity. Um, do we really know? We really don't know. We don't know what deals happen in the back rooms. I know people that know him. I know people that work with him, and I know people that believe that that's not where he goes. But greed has been a problem with the humanity for a very, very, very long time. So I don't discount that at all. On the border issue, though, I don't think I'm not against welfare, and I'm not against helping people in humanity and battling the atrocities of bad other or countries doing bad stuff, but I still believe that there should be a real finite process in that, and it needs to be regulated, it needs to be controlled. Otherwise, we're in the situation right now where we close the border. We have two problems. We have the problem with the border itself. Now we have the problem of, okay, 11 million people estimated, right, that's at least what we're told, have made it in here illegally, quote unquote. So now it's like, what do you do with all those people that are in here? And once you secure the border, I'm not against it, but I'm just more for the process. I think that just there needs to be more resources. There needs to be more more abilities for those that are trying to do the right thing. I was in another chat earlier today, and there's a gentleman from Australia who was trying to get some business over here, and he's filling out all these forms and he's going through the process and he's trying to do it the right way to come into the country legally to conduct business, but he's hitting all these rabbit holes, and it's like, hey, dude, if you just go into Mexico and sneak in across the border, you could probably operate your business just fine, But of course, he's trying to do the right thing. So
That's
I'll
correct.
I'll yield on that.
Yeah.
Christina, so per freedom, right? He wants the borders closed, and then the question is, what do we do with the people in here that already entered? What do you think about that?
Well, first off, I like to say about the gentleman from, where was it? Australia? If he owns a business, I assume he's living a comfortable life or somewhat. I don't know this gentleman, but if he owns his business and if he's able to apply to the
Mr.
United States,
Objective, please mute your mic so we can hear her, and then I'll give you the word. Go ahead, Christina.
um, yes, it is unfortunate that it's taking him a little bit longer, but he's not living in a country or in a situation where his life or his children's lives are at risk, or it's not like that. He's just trying to come here to conduct business. We're trying to get people here that are literally
Okay,
going
uh,
to die.
and I'm not trying to cut you off on that point. All right, let's take another scenario here too, because I've witnessed some things firsthand myself. How many people do you think have fled, come into this country under the guise and asked for asylum whenever they really weren't being oppressed? How many people you think are just using the asylum word as the buzzword, or hey, asylum, cool, like we can move here. We're not doing that great here, but we're not really getting murdered over here. But how many people do you think are abusing the system in that manner?
Currently or prior, like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or
No, I
current?
mean currently,
No,
right
we're
now.
talking about right now, present time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I have no idea, but I do know this is that people have been waiting at the border for over a year pre-COVID to get into the United States. So there is, there is a humanitarian issue. They are seeking asylum. If they go back to their country, they will be murdered or forced
All
to
of
go.
them, Christina? All of them? 100%?
Wouldn't you think so? Why would they leave their home country?
Well, I'm asking you, all of them.
I would say 99%.
99%. Okay, so you didn't answer the question though. What would we do with those that are already in here, according to you? What should we do with them?
Same as we have actually, there seems like there's a lot, but we have less people coming across than we have in prior years. So what they do is they come in, they get a worker's permit, a social security card, and they start working. And what do? They do the jobs what other people don't want to do. And unfortunately, they get taken advantage of when they get here too. But at least, well, not all the time, but at least they're not, getting
But the
murdered.
question is, what should we do with them now? What do you think?
Give them permits to work, farms, work
So
construction.
give them free permits and put them to work?
Well, absolutely. So they can become productive
Okay.
members of society and pay
Hey,
taxes.
Okay. Oh, hold on. That
Amen.
was
I
the
want to
question.
talk.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to. Okay.
Amen.
I'm gonna give the word to Merle because he hasn't spoken in a while, and then after that, I'm gonna give our new guest a chance to speak. Go ahead, Merle. You can respond, and then I'll move down the list. I promise. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. We need to go through a process with the people. We need to vet people and then allow them to do what they came here to do.
No,
If
but
we're gonna,
just to correct that, Christina said all of them. We should give all of them permits and let them put them to work.
well, all. I mean, what if
That's
you
what she
find
said.
somebody?
Yes.
What if you find somebody that was a, serial killer in their home country? So, I mean, all in terms of generality, okay, but not all, you know, just randomly. But
Christina, do you really mean all of them that are here already? Give them permits?
To work, yes, and then work up
Yes.
to their citizenship.
Okay. Okay,
And then
Merle, the answer is yes for all of them. Go ahead, Merle. You can finalize.
Okay, so my question to you would be, and let me say something. I want to talk about something I agreed with New Breed about next. But so my question to you would be, if you were to have a background check on somebody and found that they had, four priors for uh, child SA, if they had, grape and assaults and burglaries, we just give them a permit to work.
I think we should put them in a probably. Well, I don't.
How does it? I mean, how does it help our citizenry?
How has it help our country?
Yeah, for a person such as that, how would that help our citizenry at all?
Oh, for profit prison. So what we do, we put them in a prison that these corporations make
Whoa,
money off of.
whoa. Okay, that's wow. That's okay.
That's not what I was expecting to hear.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Merle, you want to
okay.
finalize your thoughts so I can move on?
Yeah, I apologize. That's a whole nother subject. I guess we'll circle around. Everybody's going to have to say on that. I wanted to agree with New Breed though 100% on what he was saying earlier. Is we need to de-incentivize if we're going to fix everything. Let's just be real about it. We need to de-incentivize politics. Politics and politicians were never meant to be an enriching process. We have to figure out a way, and they're not going to do it themselves. And I actually don't have any good ideas right now. I just know and recognize the problem is there's incentives to keep this ball rolling the way it is,
I
and
think
we
more
need to
citizens
de-incentivize.
should run for Congress instead of more politicians. That's what I think. That's the only way because without Congress, there's nothing else you can do. That's the law. That's what I think.
The problem is though they get indoctrinated,
Thank you,
right?
Freedom.
Oh,
They get indoctrinated when they hit there. So how do we de-incentivize the structure is the problem because
mm-hmm.
it's like a lot keeps an honest person honest. Policies and procedures keep people in line. We have to de-incentivize the system.
That's
You
the
know,
problem is that you got to find the right people, and that's the difficulty. But
is
we are
everybody
out
human?
there.
I'll say this to
Okay,
answer.
hold on, Newbury. I'll give you the word. I promise.
Oh, okay.
We,
After Co. Go ahead, Co. Welcome to the panel. What do you want to say?
All right. Okay. So, um, Merlin, he's
yes, sir.
he's right too, cause I have a lot of I know a lot of people that take advantage of the system. So they don't have papers, so they could act like they're not
Co,
married.
excuse me. Can you be specific? What's your background and these individuals you're referring to? Are they migrants or do they live here? Can you be more specific? Because when we
Yeah,
say people, it's too broad. You know.
yeah. European migrants or Middle Eastern migrants or Latino migrants. Migrants for everywhere.
Okay, so you've seen some migrants are taking advantage
Yeah,
of the
and
system.
they're migrants from fucking Eastern Europe.
Okay, can we just try to avoid profanity? I
Okay,
want to protect the life. Go
so
ahead.
they're migrants from Eastern Europe, and then some of them are migrants from Latin America. So he's right. Marlin Juice or whatever his name is.
Merlstein.
Yeah, so he's correct. There's people that I know that they could be migrants from Eastern Europe, Latin America, or some place in Africa, and they do take advantage of the system, and they get food stamps, all of that crap. And then you have people like Tina or Tina.
Christina, yeah, or ex-Tina,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's correct too, cause the wages, like a lot of us, cause I'm Hispanic, so we could work for cheaper wages, but we still work. And she's correct in the way that, like, he's correct and she's correct. There's a lot of people that take advantage of the system, but there's a lot of us that come here and work.
But CO, the thing with Christina, what she said is that we should let everybody in and we should give them work permit. Do you agree with that?
That's not gonna happen because we're not gonna let anybody come in.
Got it. Okay, I want to give New Breed the word, and then we can go back up the line here. Go ahead, New Breed.
All right. I'll say this. Think of America like a pie, and each slice wants to be bigger than the next slice. And that's exactly how Congress is. That's exactly how this entire world is set up, in a sense. If factories could stay in the United States, they would want to build more factories. They would have to cut down trees. So the environmentalists would get in and say, hey, you're cutting down too many trees. Well, the average American worker wants to make about $20 to $30 an hour. The average worker overseas or in a third world country, it would be happy to make $5 an hour. So that's another problem with bringing these jobs back. You either have to give them a pay cut or you have to pay the right wage. And in doing that, you have to increase the price. So people keep talking about, just it's a wheel. It is just like, how do you break it? Literally, how do you break this wheel? Because nobody's never going to be 100% happy. Nobody's even going to be 50% happy. And that's what makes everyone mad. You want what you want 100%. And if you can't get it, then it's not good enough.
Got it. Okay. Guys, I do have to wrap up this live. We've been on here already for 3 hours now. So we're good to go for this one. I want to give everyone a chance to, share their final statement. And I do have a question for Christina at the end, though. So just, Christina, hang on there for a second if you can. I want to start with CO. CO, what do you want to share? What do you think would be the solution for the immigration crisis? If you can be brief. Thank you. CO, are you there? You got to unmute your mic.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What was your question?
What do you think would be the solution for this current crisis?
For this current crisis? Hello?
We can hear you, dude.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So what was the question?
Oh, the host is frozen. I don't know if you know you're frozen, Vega.
I thought that was just me, man. I'm glad somebody else chimed up and said that.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he's frozen.
He was just asking for your final thoughts because he's gonna be wrapping up the
Yeah,
the live.
how would you solve the current crisis that's going on right now is basically what the question is with the border.
Yeah. From 30 to 350.
Okay. And
And he's back.
China has
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead.
And China has about 1.3 billion people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, immigration is not really a threat to America.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why.
so to you, there's no threat here at all.
No, that's why America, if they really wanted to stop immigration, they could in a blink of an eye.
Got it.
But basically, it's like, you know how Japan, their old people are dying and they're not having kids. So that country is gonna go down the road. I don't know, maybe down the ditch somewhere. But America is just letting a slow, steady form of migration just come in, because you gotta need that tax money. You gotta need that, it's it's not migration to America. They're gonna let it go until one point, to that point that they really don't need it. That's when they're gonna stop it. But it's like having kids, man. Like if Japan have more kids, they're okay, but they're not having kids. So Americans, they're not having enough kids. So they gotta have they gotta maintain immigration a little bit.
What he's saying is correct.
Okay, thank you so much, CO, for that statement, and thank you for joining. I'm going to move along here. Okay, I want to give the word to. Let's give the word to. Sorry, trying to get the name here. Merle, go ahead. You can share your thoughts here.
Well, the
Your
biggest
final
issue.
statement. Go ahead.
Sure. The biggest issue with the immigration problem is what they're actually blaming on everyone. It's actually an existential threat to our democracy because they're trying to undermine it by this mass immigration. Because the reality is the hard numbers show, just like the gentleman was talking about earlier, and I'm in South Texas just like he is. And they were very big on touting the fact that the Hispanic vote um, did not go for Trump. What they did not really mention was what that gentleman mentioned was it jumped from 20% to the high 40s, and that scared the hell out of them. And the same thing happened in the black community, and the same thing has happened in all the ethnic communities,
Really?
which is what the Democrats see. The Democrats cobbled together, and Obama even said they cobbled together a coalition of independent interests. The problem is when people are prosperous, they want to stay prosperous. You know what you always notice about people of color? They're people. There's no different with people of color and white people, yellow people, purple people. Everybody wants to be prosperous. We want to raise our kids. We want to have businesses. I live in South Texas. Everybody has businesses. It doesn't matter what you look like. There's thousands of businesses. And when people prosper, they tend to vote conservative. And that scared the hell out of them because they were shifting from the teens voting all the way up in the 40s. So when you have a 30% shift in one election, what happens on the next election when it swings only 15 more percent? Now you've got the 60 percentile. And that's the thing why they wanted the open. They need to replace the voting base. It's just as simple as that. They need to replace the voting base. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for joining, and thank you for sharing that. Okay, I appreciate you too. Thank you. I want to give the word to Mr. Objective. Go ahead, your final statement.
Okay, thank you. I want to kind of address Tina a little bit when she was talking about, I guess the people coming over here, wanting to come in because they're threatened in their other country. Tina, did you know only 73% of the people that apply for asylum, out of 73% of them are denied asylum. They are found that their claims are not true. Okay, 73%
You have to unmute yourself.
of people coming over here asking for asylum aren't asylum seekers. They're coming over here seeking a better life. Okay. So you sound like a nice person and you want to help the world, but we can't help the world. There's literally 690 million people living in poverty in the world. 690 million. So if we're going to let everybody in, we got to let 690 million people over in America. That's double our population. It doesn't make any sense.
I never said have the whole population of the earth move to the United States.
Christina, hold on. In our last live, you said you wanted all South America to come through the border. I asked you, you said yes.
That's not the whole entire world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She said South America. Clarification.
I just gave you the people living in poverty across the world, 690 million people. So we can't save the world. Like I know America tries to, as far as money sometimes, and tries to police the world, but we can't have. That's double our population.
Did you know in Germany and Sweden and France they have commercials? Adopt an American child. They're poor. They're hungry.
Oh wow!
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah.
No,
So, yeah. You know, I understand the plight of the poor, but
right.
the rest of the world sees what we're going through as well.
Yeah. So that says a lot. If we already have poor people here, we can't take 8 million, 4 million, 690 million people here. It's not even, sustainable at all. And that's what
it is if we make a change with corporations.
690 million people?
We can exterminate hunger. We can exterminate poverty. We can create clean water. Do you know how much Jeff Bezos just spent on a freaking clock in South Texas?
So your solution is to increase the American population to 1 billion.
What?
Your solution is to increase the American population to 1 billion.
I never said that.
Okay,
There's not 1 billion people coming from South America.
No, I'm just saying because we want to save the world, not just South America. Let's save the world. Not just don't.
That's what you're saying, sir. I never said any such thing.
So why just South America?
Because we are the reason why they are in the state that they are in.
Africa as well. People in Europe as well.
Yes.
So why not let everybody in? That's 690 million people. We've impoverished a lot of people across the world.
So has the British colony. So has the British. But I'm talking about what we have done personally.
Yes.
We as Americans have done to South America since the 1960s.
South America, Africa, the Middle East as well. So again, it's not just South America. So it's 690 million people.
They're the ones at our door.
Right. Okay. So, no, people are coming from Africa and the Middle East at our door as well.
Let them in too. But it's not going to be 1 billion.
No, it's going to be 690 million. And if you add that to our population, that's 1 billion people.
So you say maybe they'll move along. Maybe they'll prosper and go to another country. We don't know.
Okay. I mean, what you're saying, okay. It just really doesn't make any sense.
Maybe not to you.
Okay. 1 billion people, just 690 million.
I don't know where you're getting 1 billion people from, sir. I'm
adding the 690.
You're adding is not adding.
Okay, so it's 690 million people living in poverty in the world. Okay.
Okay, so let's invite all the impoverished people to the United States.
So listen. So 600.
That is a ridiculous argument, sir. I'm not speaking about everybody in the world. I'm talking about the people who are our neighbors that we created chaos in their countries. So yes, we owe them. So let them across the border.
Okay, again, there are people that we've disenfranchised all across the world that are at our border right now. It's not just people from South America. Okay,
if they are at our border, let them in.
So again,
hey, real quick, I gotta jump. It's been awesome. Great discussion, great debate. I really appreciate everything. I don't have enough time to finish up with my statement, but
don't know anybody, anything. Exactly. That's why you get federal drugs.
Really appreciate everybody. I will leave this last question for you to debate. I'm going to jump out of here though.
Go ahead.
But to the whole like, yeah, I agree. I think that we can't just ask for every impoverished person. I will say food for thought on the Bezos comment. Yeah, it's a little bit despicable to think about how much money was spent on that clock, but how many people did it take to assemble that clock and all the pieces that went into it, and how many people actually had a job that went into that type of
Come on
project?
now, sir.
You
Come
still have to
on.
think. You still have to think about that. That
That
it
is
fed it still fed
literally,
somebody's
that is,
family
that
got
is,
fed
oh my
constructing that clock.
You could
You have to
feed
remember that.
millions of people what he spent on that clock. Please,
Probably, but how many
don't
people? How many
defend that.
people?
Don't
Where did
defend
they
that.
get? No. I'm not going to say that people shouldn't be buying lavish things that are. I'd rather give a homeless person a pizza than give them money, because I know that it's going to their body, right? And they're not going to diminish it, right? So I'm just saying you still have
I
to
don't,
think on that. How many people, just like the corporation argument, I agree, there's greed and there's all kinds of stuff and
it's
there's
beyond greed,
misappropriation of
sir.
funds.
It's robbery.
It is robbery, but at the same token, just like the same reason why I'm all about curing cancer and the common cold, but the moment that you do that, how much disruption would it actually have?
What?
I don't get that. I guess he's talking about he doesn't want population control. Or I don't know. I
We're
think
not
he's
populating.
yeah. I don't. He lost me with that one.
I don't know what you're talking about,
No,
sir.
sorry, I wasn't saying
Y'all are
I
lying.
was.
So he's basically saying survival of the
I am
fittest.
for that, but it's also, you have
I
to
pray
ask
you
that
never get
question.
sick.
No. That's not it. That's totally misquoting me. That's totally misquoting me.
Okay, so I will say
That's
this.
misquoting me.
I will say this. The host you were talking about earlier, 2016. I think 2016 is totally different than it is in 2023. In 2016, the ballots were off. I mean, the polls were off because a lot of people weren't admitting that they were voting for Trump because Trump's reputation got dragged through the mud. So that's why when the exit polls, nothing added up. What's totally different in 2023 going into 2024 is you and me. Completely different than 2020, 2016. I believe, or I see a lot of Hispanics on here that are first generation Americans, and a lot of black people that are voting Democrat. I mean, that are voting Republican for the first time, including myself. And we're outspoken about it, and we're new, and it's a plethora of us. This is the difference between 2016 and 2020. This is totally different. I didn't see Hispanic people with accents voting for Trump, at least publicly, in 2020 or 2016. I didn't see black people like me that aren't the elite Clarence Thomases voting for Trump in 2016 and 2020. This is the difference. This is what's going to get Joe Biden out of office. This is what's going to clear up the border crisis. This right here, what you're seeing right here. And I'll land with that.
Thank you, Mr. Objective, for that. And so, the final word for Christina. I have a couple of questions for you when you finish your final statement. So go ahead.
Oh no, just go ahead and just let me say this: population is dwindling, so it is important that families are procreating. Japan, China, China used to have a one-child policy. Now they're begging people to have children. Men are becoming infertile because of the water and the hormones that we're eating and ingesting, and plus people are just becoming more intelligent and deciding not to have children because they don't want the burden or the financial burden.
The water statement that you mentioned, has that been proven?
Yes, it actually has.
Oh, okay. Do you have articles on that?
Yeah, you can do your little search right there. Our water is so dirty, you will find drugs, antidepressants, birth control, which affects men and women's being fertile.
I just asked because earlier you mentioned that you were not a conspiracy theorist, so I just wanted to make sure.
No,
Oh, okay, just double
I
checking.
don't speak on anything I don't know of.
Oh, just double checking. So yeah, just a quick couple of questions. What a shame that you came a little bit late in the live, because actually I last time I wanted to ask you some more things, but you just you ended your session here. The first question for you was from Totally, actually. He asked, how many are you taking in, meaning to the migrants that are coming across the border, since you're so welcoming? How many are you taking into your house yourself?
As many as I can fit so far. I have a 5-bedroom house, so I don't know, 2 or 3 per bedroom. When Katrina hit, I had a 3-bedroom house and I had 12 people in my home for the longest was 6 months with one family. It was a young couple, but the rest of the time, just until FEMA gave them vouchers for hotels, and that was 2 weeks. So
That was kind of you that you did that for in that time, but I'm talking about right now. How many do you have right now in your house?
I don't have any in my
But
home.
why? There's a lot of them waiting at the border right now in the cold. Why don't you
Because
take
it's
some?
illegal. It's illegal for me just to go and grab a child. Do you know I have
I
tried to
didn't say a
foster?
child. No, I didn't say a child. At random, like just whoever's walking by, because they're good people according to you, all of them. So they need help. Not 99%, right?
Well, absolutely.
So why did you say a child? What about a
Because I would
man?
take any child.
What about a man? Would you
What
bring?
about
Would you bring? Would you bring 3 men into your house?
by myself? No,
Why not?
because I wouldn't let even an American man inside my home.
But we're speaking about the migrants specifically. They need help
I'm
according
talking
to
about
you, right?
men. I don't care what race, creed, religion. No men in my home without protection. No.
Oh, okay. So that's where you draw the line. You want protection at that point when it comes to your house.
No, when it comes to my person, not my house. My things are replaceable. I am not.
I'm asking about if you would, how many would you? Because he posted the question, how many are you taking in as far as migrants? Not we didn't say
I
kids.
would have no problem with families, like a man with his wife and children, but not no. It's just a
So
ridiculous.
single men is a no.
So just a bunch of men? No.
Okay. So families you would, but have you taken any?
I haven't been offered the opportunity. I am on the list to foster.
Okay, no, but you don't have to be offered. There's a lot of them actually. That there's some of
What
them
do you think?
sleeping in
You
police
drive?
stations,
Have
and
you been to the border?
I haven't. Have you?
Yes, I have. I worked with.
Okay.
I told you what I do.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't remember. Can you recall? Can you remind me, please?
I work with children who've been trafficked.
Oh, okay, got it. So no, but the reason why I ask is because, well, he asked the question, but I just followed up on it. Um, since you're saying to be more welcoming and stuff, I just figured that by now you probably have some family in your home already by this point, since
I
there's
have
so many of
family.
them.
I have no family in my home aside from my family.
Right. No, no, and I'm just saying that I thought by you being so welcoming, by now you would have had already some migrant families already with you.
Do you know how it
That's what I
for that
thought.
to happen?
What was that?
Do you know how it works for that to happen? Do you think you just adopt them like a puppy out of a shelter?
No, I didn't say adopt. I'm just saying you can offer shelter. There are.
Think that I am on the list for a family. Like I said, do you think it's like a dog shelter? You walk in and pay $20 and take a family?
No, I didn't say you would pick them up from the government. There's a lot of them on the streets right now, in Chicago, even in New York.
I live in Houston, Texas. I'm pretty. I know there are homeless people. Yes, I'm.
Homeless migrants too.
There may be there. I don't stop and ask, but we go out into the public all the time.
Okay. Well, again, this is why I have more questions for you. But that was one of the questions from the chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
So
would invite a family in. But no, me as a woman, it's not safe for a woman to let even American men be in my home.
got
I
it.
don't even let first dates in my home.
Got it. So the other question for you was, by the way, Christina, you're very popular here on my platform. You know that, right?
I've been popular since high school.
Oh, wow, look at that.
On
Um,
and
the question I wanted to ask, well, I had a lot of questions for you, but really, I would like to have you back on my platform here as a special guest because I do have a lot of questions for you. Will you be open to that?
if I have time, it's very rare that I'm on here because I am so busy.
Well, this is the second time within like less than a week that you're here.
This is probably the last time that I was on TikTok was probably the last time I spoke with you.
Yeah, that was just a couple of days ago. But anyhow, I will send you a message. I'm not sure if you will receive it. I'm not sure if you have your email on your bio or something where I can contact you more directly. But I would like to have you. What was that?
Amazon storefront's up there.
Your what?
My Amazon storefront.
No, but I wanna contact you to set up an actual.
Hey everyone, I'm an Amazon influencer. Go to my bio.
Yeah, and she's very welcoming, guys, as you can tell. So yeah, so I would like to interview you. I have a lot of questions for you, and we're ending the live now. So would you be open to that? Of course, will be when you're available and I have a spot here on the live. Will you be open to that?
If you send me sometimes, it's usually really good for me after 8 and 9 o'clock on Fridays. Fridays are my like time off. I
Okay,
literally
8 or 9 o'clock is that Pacific, right? Because you're
I'm
here, right, in
in
this area.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
in Texas.
cool. Okay, so your live will be more later in the evening. That's fine. We can do that. That shouldn't be an issue. So I'll contact you. I'll send you a message, or maybe I'll comment in one of your is your page public?
Yes, at my
Okay.
Amazon storefront.
You keep promoting that. Okay. So all right. So I'll contact you, and then I'll send you some dates, and then I would really like to.
Go look at everybody. Go look at my cat beds. And they're shaped like coffins for the goth kitties.
Okay. Oh, so you like cats?
I love all animals. I'm vegan.
Oh, okay. Do you consider yourself a liberal?
No,
No, really.
no, I'm a socialist Democrat.
Oh, okay. Socialist.
Very socialist.
Very socialist. Wow. It makes more sense now. Makes more sense. Your points of view. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, I would really like to have you back as a special guest and interview you. So I'll be in touch. And thanks again for joining. And do you have anything else to say? No?
So, everybody have a good night, and stop being hateful against other people. Be kind to one another, and that's about it.
Some people in the comment section are saying that you're going to avoid me. That you're saying yes right now because you're in the live. Is that true?
That I jumped on here. What do you mean? Why would
No,
I?
no, that you're going to avoid to be interviewed as a special guest, like for an entire live, actually.
If I, like I said, if I had the time, then absolutely. Why would I avoid you? I'm not avoiding you now.
Okay. No, I'm just relating.
That's
Sort
odd.
of. I'm just reading the question that was posted on the comment section. That's all. I'm not saying that you will avoid me. I don't think you would because yeah, you've been here twice already, and I don't see why you would. But
no problem.
cool. Okay, so next time, we'll get Christina maybe within the next couple of weeks or so, and then thank you for joining, Christina. So I will talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please follow my platform. As you can see, I talk to everyone: liberals, Trump supporters, even socialists, Democrats, as you can see right here. So this will be very interesting. I really have a lot of questions for Christina, and I'm sure you guys do too in the comment section. So follow me as I will let you guys know when that interview will happen, because it's not often that you get to speak to someone that labels themselves as a socialist Democrat. And hey, I'll give her credit on this, okay? I've spoken to a lot of Democrats and liberals through this platform, and some of them tend to get offended quickly and they just start crying and cursing and stuff, and they just run away. So at least I give her props for staying here and answering the questions and also being respectful, right? So I give her props for that. And that's what we need. We need to have these conversations and ask these questions. So I will do that. I will go ahead and contact her as soon as I get off here. I'll send her a message, and I'll send her some dates so that I can interview her, have her as a special guest here on the Vega Access platform, TikTok Live, and then I will let you know when that would happen. But you have to follow my page and continue to watch my lives, which will most likely happen Monday through Friday, starting sometime between 5 to 6. Unless we get Christine on a Friday, we'll probably be like around 7ish or 8 p.m., give or take, Pacific time. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Jed wanted to join again. Jed, I had to kick you out because you said some very bad things. I cannot have that on this platform. We have to be respectful. So, get yourself together, and then maybe I'll have you back again. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you guys next time.